Ooh. Welcome to Blackwater. Just a bunch of good friends playing grown-up pretend.
You almost got it.
No, I think that was intentional, right?
I don't know.
I can't tell, honestly.
Am I trying on a new dress tonight, boys? How does that one fit? You tell me. Get in the chat. Tell me how my dress fits. It's a dress made of words. We're all wearing it tonight.
I'm getting real Emperor's new clothes
A
vibe.
real Cusco vibe. Okay, I'm gonna jump
No,
in.
not different parable.
Emperor's New Clothes, which was the ill-fated sequel. Which is just Cusco being naked in front of minors.
I love it.
Miners.
Yeah.
We all knew.
I am jumping
explain.
into this. I'm going to acknowledge that tonight we are streaming from the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territories of the Coast Salish, Stolo, Semi-Amu, Kwantlen, Sawasin, and Musqueam First Nations. While our characters are playing in a world that Tim has created, we are proud to play and live on these lands tonight. So thank you very much. Big thank you to our sponsors and partners. We are proud to be sponsored by Sirenscape because epic games require epic sound. We're also using Epidemic Sound for this fantastic campaign. We are partnered with Legend Keeper. It is the ultimate world-building tool created by DMs for DMs. You can use it to create comprehensive wikis and atlases. There are no limits on storage and creation, and the user interface is actually usable and wonderful. Tim, you're using Legend Keeper right
Absolutely.
now. And what do you like about it?
You know what I love about it? The name. Legend Keeper. It's a place to keep the legends you create with friends, and I love that name.
Wow. Thanks, Tim.
That's deep.
That's really nice.
You got any secrets kept in there?
Listen, you don't get my login. You don't get to look. You don't get to peek. Not yet.
You legally can't talk about it.
And I legally can't talk about it.
Called an NDA, bro.
But you can actually use Legend Keeper to show your players secret things with its private by default nature, but you can share little bits and pieces.
That was going to be my favorite thing next week.
You know what I love? Is Mandari reached out to me and she was like, hey, I did a thing, and then she showed me the Legend Keeper that she made for the interim
Yes.
for like the our campaign, which is the campaign that I was running, and she just had this full Legend Keeper of like all this info. I'm like,
It's a wiki.
wow.
That's what happens when you play with world builders and Legend Keeper and lore keepers. You can type !Legend Keeper in the chat for more info. Our campaign 2 mini sponsor is MTM Printworks. MTM is your one-stop shop for all your tabletop mini needs. From fantasy to western to sci-fi or modern, MTM has you covered. You can type !MTM in the chat for all the deets. Our campaign artist is the incomparable Tiana Kovacevic. Her art is everywhere, all over the channel. We love her. She has been our campaign artist since day one, before we even started streaming. And you can find her at miss._Marston on Instagram. Tiana, thank you for bringing our sweet babies to life. We love you very much. We are also proud to be sponsored by Familiar Dice, a fantastic local artisanal dice maker who makes some of the most beautiful click-clacks around. You can find all of Robin's stuff at Familiar Dice all across all of the socials. Robin has also announced to us that he's going to be doing giveaways across some streams, and I know that there's going to be one coming up, so stay tuned for that. Adam.
Hey there. Hey, come here. Come here. A little closer. We have a Discord and a YouTube. If you're...
That's only for cool people.
Yeah, so if you're a cool person, if you're not a cool person, get the fuck out.
Just mute it. You don't have to leave. Just mute this part.
But
They won't let me in.
we have a Discord and a YouTube. If you're wondering, well, how can I watch all of this? We have a bunch of content cataloged on our YouTube. It's a lot of great stuff. So go and check that out. Also join our Discord. It's a really lovely community that's been growing and been fostered, and it's amazing. A big thank you to everyone who has followed us, who has subscribed to us. We really appreciate you supporting us like that. Without your support, we can't do cool stuff like we are trying to do. So thank you so much for all that support. If you have a Amazon Prime account, you can sub one free Prime sub to a channel of your choice, hopefully us. But if you do choose us for your Prime sub, it doesn't roll over automatically every month. And so...
Daddy Bezos makes you work for it.
Exactly. Daddy Bezos makes you work for it. So if you are wanting to continue that Prime sub to us, please make sure that is continued. We will not be able to shout out raids or subs or donos tonight, unfortunately, while we're at the table. But if people do raid or do sub or do dono, please show them our love and let them know that they're helping us and that we love them very much, because they help bring more people to this community, and this community keeps growing, and that is really cool, and I love it.
Now Adam knows how I feel most of the time.
No, listen.
If they
don't know?
do don't know? If they do don't know.
Do you know? I don't know. I do know, dude. Dude, I do know.
A fun, sweet little thing that I'm doing is I am in
Dude,
a
all of it, the dude don't know.
podcast called The Department of Variance of Somewhere, Ohio. I play Scarlet Jaunt, a tough as nails femme who is just trying to get a job done when everything goes to shit. I also play the fantastic psychedelic librarian Lapis Lore. In one of the episodes, there's a very fun conversation where I am literally talking to myself. So please go check it out. We're in the last couple episodes. And a couple weeks ago, we were the number 23, top 20 in the top 25 fiction podcasts on Spotify. So that was really exciting for an indie podcast like us. So for when it comes around to season 2. So thank you to everyone who's been going out and listening. You may have noticed we are playing live in studio. It's amazing. I don't know if I can ever go back. We're on a beach today, so Tim is...
And nothing bad can happen.
Tim is obligated to give us a beach episode. We are in a jungle in the game right now. So
like we've earned it.
Like we've earned it. We are being hosted in this amazing studio by the wonderful folks from QuestlineDnD. They are connoisseurs of all things nerdy. They have an amazing D&D actual play called Ready to Roll, which you can find on YouTube. They have also done a fantastic Dragonlance campaign, which was just astounding, with wonderful players like Luis Carrazzo, Michelle Nguyen-Bradley, Tank Tolman, and Quincy from Quincy's Tavern, as well as Roz and Trevor. Gosh, it was delightful. Please go check it out. They've also shot something on this beautiful set, which we can't talk about. We don't know a lot about it, but we can't talk about it. So
Can't talk about it.
Stay tuned for that. A big thank you to Roz and Trevor in the studio with us tonight, helping make the magic happen. If there are any other Questline folks who come into the chat, please say hello. We love you already. Thank you for being here. It's fantastic to have you. Campaign 2 also has its official YouTube home on the Questline D&D YouTube. So I think almost all of our episodes are up there at this point. So please go check it out and subscribe to them, because that's the good thing to do. So do that. Last week, you saw the final episode of our interlude arc with the amazingly talented Christian Navarro, also joined by the fantastic Cody, who you all know and love. If you missed them, they are up on Questline's YouTube. And there might also, I think there's one from last week, is still here on Twitch as VOD, so you can watch it there with the chat if you like to follow along. There's a bunch of juicy lore in there, and it sets up some stuff that's probably going to come around and bite us in the butt later on, so please go... Shut up, Tim. Then please go watch that and fall in love with Whisper and Valentine just like we did. We are coordinating schedules so that Christian can come up here and join us at the table. So stay tuned for that. Thank you to all of you who joined us at Fan Expo last weekend. We had such a blast bringing our 2 panels to you, as well as DM Roulette. It turns out our session was right before Robbie Damon took the stage to talk about Critical Role, so which was wild. We had a fantastic time and loved meeting all of you. So thank you to those of you who we met there, who have come around and are watching the show now and subscribed and all that kind of good stuff. So thank you.
My favorite part was when Sean's pants ripped. That was my favorite part.
Exactly in the exact same fashion as Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Some might say it was derivative.
Steal from the best. All artists steal from the best.
We are doing our best to get the audio from those panels up onto YouTube. So we're doing our best to make those things happen. So stay tuned to that, and that'll be on our YouTube page as well. So finally, this brings us to our episode sponsor for the evening, a fantastic new Kickstarter from our friends over at Gelatinous Cubicles. So they have a wonderful 200-page 5e compatible compendium called Tales from the Firelit Gathering. This fantastic group of creators has crafted this amazing supplementary content, and the Kickstarter is live for a couple more days. They've released a 28-page preview, which is so wonderful.
Can I hop in real
You
quick?
can.
It's like, look, we got a little taste of this bad boy, and I will tell you, if I was able to test, if I got this taste a mere fucking 2 months ago or whenever we started this party, I'd be playing a different class.
Oh, me too.
Let me tell you about
Me too.
a fucking
100%.
way of the monk.
Well, I also want to say, because it gave me an insight to how excited we are by this, because we were talking about it before the show. We do need to play D&D tonight. It's such good content that I could see us losing ourselves and talking about this for about 20 minutes.
I'll summarize.
It's so good.
Strength-based monk
Yeah,
that is in canon
Dirty monk.
powered by Moxie.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I would have built Shy
Yeah, you would've
completely
built Shy,
differently.
yeah,
I would have been a
100%.
Way of the Brawler.
We would have just had 2 monks in this party.
Barbarians that are casters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love
Love
that.
that.
Literally, like they introduced a subclass that just so outshone a subclass that Wizards of the Coast tried to do. It's the way the wild magic barbarian.
Yeah.
It's how that should have been made.
It's called the
And they've
Primal
made,
Way
yeah,
Way
the
of Primal Path of Primal Savagery. Yes.
Path of Primal Savagery. Phenomenal. It's exactly how a spellcasting barbarian should feel.
My favorite thing, I had 2 favorite things from this. The first thing was, you know how much I love ooze. So there is a ranger subclass called an ooze rancher,
Ooze
where you
rancher.
summon an ooze. And
Real
Perfect.
gooey.
I just
think-
imagine a dude on a
Fine
horse
rancher.
with a bunch of little cubes.
cubes. Yeah, it was it's saying to me in this. And there's also a new playable character species option called the Wakeful.
That is my favorite.
Which is
Yeah,
basically
hands down
like
my
a
favorite.
soul that is bound to a dead body, or some skeleton, like a skeleton or a
Do
decomposing
you ever
body.
want to be a spooky, scary skeleton? You want to send
This
shivers
is your
down your
option.
enemy's spines?
And there's
plays a
there's
bone
one
day.
spell that I want to talk about.
Do it.
It doesn't fit Esper's thematic at all, but I do want it for free, and I want to be able to cast it at will.
we'll see it.
It's I call it the Apollo Ono spell. It essentially allows you to dash as a bonus action, but also create a path of ice that you skate down, and if anyone's standing in the way, they fall over, and that's fucking awesome. Just Apollo.
My favorite spell is the spread rumor spell.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
a very
yeah.
high level spell, which also feels like a great villain spell, where like the party just shows up and then all of a sudden there's
Everyone's
this
like
nasty rumor.
everyone's like side-eyeing them and shit.
And by the time you realize the rumor happens, it's too late to counterspell.
Too late.
That-
It's like a magically like amped up rumor that just
Love
gets
that.
spread about you. It's
But
awesome.
yes, phenomenal
So-
content. Check
so
it out.
good.
Back the Kickstarter. It's
Yeah,
it's absolutely incredible.
And
Got
it's-
28 pages. I
We
want to
could-
see the other
yeah.
fucking 200.
It's-
We could legitimately sit and talk. I think we talked about it before the show
Some-
for like
we've-
30 minutes.
We've backed the Kickstarter, and something
yeah,
that
yeah.
I think that we're gonna do is when the book does come out, we're gonna kind of sit down and do like a talkback session about it.
Yeah,
I would love to sit,
absolutely.
and then I would love to do
Maybe a
like a
little-
one shot
maybe a
as
little one-shot?
maybe a little
Maybe a
one
little
shot where we
one-shot?
maybe play an in canon but AU characters with using stuff from Tales from the Firelight Gathering. So I want to say a huge thank you to Gelatinous Cubicles for sponsoring this episode. This content is fantastic.
But definitely go check out that Kickstarter.
absolutely.
It's
And
worth. It's 100%.
I would say it's
worth
on
it,
par
yeah.
with any of like the big supplementary.
I would say it's on par with what I would say it's beyond par of what
Yes.
Wizards of the Coast are producing.
It's
like
delightful.
it's good.
It's a fantastic group of creators, and they're all really, really talented. There is new species options, class, subclass options, as well as feats, spells, and a veritable treasure trove of magic
I
items.
didn't even see the
The feats, there's a feat you can just make cool ammunition.
Yes.
You just get to like craft dope ammunition where you can like be like, oh, I'm gonna use this arrow that I made that has like a little bomb on it, and it just does a little bit extra fire damage. It's just really cool.
it's-
Nothing feels overpowered, but it feels just like
One of my favorite things about the Wakeful thing is you can do like body modifications. So like
Yeah.
you can do like the wire that you need for message. You can
oh, you
embed
build
in
it
your
into
skull.
your skull.
I
Yeah,
love
you can put
that.
So
skull
you just
components, yeah.
always have the component.
We
gotta
we-
do
yeah,
new
We
RD&D.
gotta do RD&D.
we will talk about this. We'll do an episode where we actually
If
get
you
to do
want
this.
to go see more about this Kickstarter, type exclamation point sponsor in the chat for this episode, and the Kickstarter link will be there. Please go back it. We've also got a teaser trailer for them at the break, so watch that. And Tim is going to be using a little something special for them in tonight's episode, so stay tuned for that.
If it kills us, it's your fault. It's the
Gelatinous Cubicles, it is your fault if we
I blame
die.
you if we die.
Okay.
But I will re-roll a character with one of your subclasses.
So that's all we have for our announcements tonight. Grab your tissues, grab your spider milk, grab your jorts, and your best friends. Whether you are new with us tonight or you have been with us for ages, thank you so much for your support. We love you immensely, and it is through community that we can make amazing things happen. Thank you so much for hanging out with us at our table. We hope you feel super, super welcome here. Trevor, roll the clip, roll the clip, roll the clip!
All right, so for those of you just joining us tonight, last week the party traveled into the edges of the Yasil rainforest, making their way north in search of Eki's lost crew. Despite being ambushed in the night by a displacer beast, they managed to make it to the village of Cycla, where all of them, except for Esper, were allowed to enter. Some kind of magic kept him from passing into the village. They split up, and Shy, Rosie, and Thistle went in to meet Dwyler the Beautiful, a green hag who was the leader of the village. She gave them the information she had about the lost crew, as well as some information for Rosie, informing her that she had been lost in the Feywild, and that was likely the cause of her missing time. They continued past the village, where they were ambushed by a pack of gnolls, and they fought valiantly and killed most of them, but 2 were able to escape. They pressed ahead into the forest, to the edges of a river, where they found a boat that had a pool of blood sloshing around in the bottom of it.
Right, the blood boat.
As the sun is setting, you find yourselves at the edges of this finger of the river. You can see the end of this finger is probably another couple hours away. To go around, you'd have to go to the edge of it and around.
Tim, I don't like that you called it fingers. I know that's what it's called.
It's the little finger.
Which of us advanced? It was just you and I, right?
Yeah, it was the 2 of us. And I think it was... Did Rosie come as well? I don't remember.
No, I think
No.
it was you and I.
Okay.
And the rest of you are a little ways back in the tree line.
This doesn't look
Yeah, that was a lot of blood.
good.
And you can see there are arrows in the side. That was the other thing.
Do the arrows look similar to the weaponry that we'd fought with the gnolls before? That kind of like...
Similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can see they are fairly roughshod. They're not expertly crafted arrows. They look pretty...
When you say filled with blood, is it
about-
like it looks like someone has taken a really bad wound and just kept bleeding, or does it look like someone has been drained into this boat?
No, it looks
Okay.
like someone took a fairly
Alright.
hefty
And
wound,
they've
and,
been, like,
they're just... But there's
badly
no
bad.
body. There's no
Okay.
body in the boat.
Is there any blood or anything around the edge of the boat? Like it looks like somebody crawled away, or like is it?
Make an investigation check.
I-
You can both make it, or one
You'd
of you.
probably be better at finding things than I
Are you
would.
able to help me?
I am absolutely not able to help you with that.
I'll roll it flat then.
On
Let's
your
go.
own.
But while we do that, while he does that, what I am going to do is I'm going to take, I'm
That
going
was
to
a natural one. It's not, but it's still bad.
walk a little bit around like 15, 20 feet to the right, and I'm going to see if I can take like a look upriver and just going to see if I can get a lay of the land of what we're looking for.
What does a 12 get?
12.
So dark.
The boat itself was a little bit into the water. It got caught on a few rocks. So you see that any blood that may have been up on the shore has looks like it's washed away.
And I'm assuming
There are there are tracks of mud that have been pushed around, but it's difficult to tell.
I think what has happened here is whoever's blood that was exsanguinated in the boat, so by the time they got dragged up onto the shore, they didn't have much. They weren't bleeding.
And then Dwyler said, or Eki said that only one person made it back, and that's what Dwyler confirmed. And but they talked about like a madness, something from that altar, and that she ran out from the village, so there was nobody else. This must have been where they came back from.
So do you think they ran? The map.
Yeah.
They found the
we're
altar
here.
and they ran all this way, getting chased by gnolls, and this is where they ended up. And then the other member got away.
Well, if the arrows are in the side, then it makes sense that the gnolls
Get
kind
shot
of.
from them.
Yeah. Are they only
Is
on one
it-
side of the boat
yeah.
or both sides?
And is it the left side of the boat?
It's the far side of the boat.
The where it would have been on the side where the okay.
Yeah. The
So-
north bank.
Yeah.
Look at us with compass roses, cardinal directions. Can I take a peek up the river?
Okay, make a
then?
perception check.
I don't see anything. I also.
Gnat flies in your eye.
Yeah. Oh shit.
You good? You good?
No, that's like the bugs here are just fucking ridiculous. I mean, I'll take a better look in the morning, but I don't like. We should probably. One thing I do know about blood near the water is it tends to attract things.
I'm gonna do something.
Okay.
It might be a little silly.
Define silly.
I run my hand down my blade and I put it in the water at the shore. Like, I just want to see if there's like creatures nearby that might get.
I want you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Ooh. Someone peed upstream. Roll to keep pee out of your blood. Not as easy as you think.
And I need it because I have
P is a
a
weak
plus
ended.
0, so that is a 19.
19. Your hand stings, but you pull it out, rub it off.
No creatures seem to get attracted.
Water. The water isn't moving very quickly here.
It's quite stagnant.
Oh yeah, it's not entirely stagnant,
Someone almost got dengue fever.
but it is quite a bit more. It's not a moving river like
Right.
this part of it is quite stagnant.
I wrap my hand.
You alright?
I just wanted to see if there was anything out by the boat that would have been attracted to the fresh blood.
Yeah.
Just because I'm worried, because I know that your plan is to go in, and I don't. If something happens down there, we can't help you much.
I know.
I can do a thing where I can look with you while you're down there, but
I mean, I'm not gonna go swimming tonight.
not tonight. But I'm saying like I can.
There's a
at the
time
very
for
least,
night
I can-
swimming, and this is not it.
I can see it alongside you, but once I do that, I'm done.
No, if it's not safe for me to do it, then I'm not gonna do it. We can. I'm sure we're not gonna traverse this thing at night. That's not safe. So
No, I think we rest first, but it's
to be
good
fair,
to know that.
none of this is safe.
You would have also noticed as you put your hand in, it's fairly shallow.
All the way to the
terribly.
boat.
Yeah, it's fairly shallow to the. It probably only goes up just past your wrist, and to the boat, which is caught on some rocks. It's not very deep. It's probably a little less than knee height.
Should we pull it out?
Yeah, I think that's.
Because if we're gonna get these arrows out, we're gonna need to patch them holes before we go.
Oh, true. If we're gonna use this boat,
And I don't want to sit in a thing of blood.
and we can spend it. Yeah, let's.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll stride out, grab the boat, and drag it in.
Haul the boat back in. It's a medium-sized canoe. You could maybe all squeeze in there. It would be a squeeze, but you could all get in there.
I'm assuming that I would have touched the water as well. Do I need to make a Constitution saving throw?
Were you injured in the fight with the gnolls?
Yes, I took a hit.
Make a Constitution saving throw for me then.
I think.
Would
I think I took a hit.
would the hit be below the knee? With
Did I
the
take
chest?
an arrow to the knee? Is that what
A splash.
Constitution, that is going to be a 13.
13. You feel a stinging as one of your wounds gets splashed with blood on the side of your body, and you feel this intense sting. It's not a lot of water that gets in, but you do take 1 point of poison damage.
Oh, I would kind of grab my side. That's
Good.
yeah. I'll be
It felt
fine.
shitty when I put my hands in, but I just thought that might be jungle water.
I mean, if it's gonna, we should rest up, and if any one of us is gonna go in, I would rather it be me go in than anyone else. I'm a stronger swimmer than all of you, so we're not doing anything tonight. Let's get this boat out.
Is the water saline?
Mm.
Is brackish or?
It is fairly brackish. It's hard to see through.
This flows near a coast then.
No, it's not. Like it doesn't have salt water in it.
Oh, so it's not brackish.
No.
It's murky as shit.
Murky.
murky.
Yeah, that's what I
Murky but not brag.
It's not.
Murky but not brackish.
I assume brackish meant murky. I didn't.
Brackish is just where rivers flow into the. Is that like some rivers get salty?
No.
Fish.
But that is.
Oh, it's just raining.
Yeah,
In real life.
so loud rain.
Big, hard, loud sauce.
But no, that's the
Wow.
rain in the jungle. It's fine.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
really good
Okay. I was
effects.
like, oh, big. Sound. Love it.
But that stinging isn't being caused by salt, because like
No.
salt water hurts on wounds, but it's
No,
okay. So
no.
it's not salty water.
Okay.
So
we pull the bullet out,
Yeah.
and then we dump the blood out of it.
yeah.
Yeah, we dump the blood out.
Blood is so good the next day, though.
And we would dump the blood out before we would drag it back up towards
Right.
a bit offshore so that we could mend the
haul
we
it
could
up.
mend it in the morning and then breaking off some of the arrows just and stuff like that.
All right.
Okay. And then we would head back to the group.
You head over to the group at the edge of the tree line.
Water looks like shit, and we found the boat. It was there was no bodies in it, but there was definitely some blood. Some bad happened. They look like they got shot at.
Well, they look like they got shot.
Yeah, but no signs of any bodies or anything.
That's good. That's a good sign.
No.
You were saying that, like, all the arrows were on the same side? Or we all still thinking of boat being up the river? Should we maybe stay on land, on the side of the river without the arrows?
Well, so that would.
We can't
That-
get to the altar from there.
Yeah. So.
What if we go, like, because I've seen the dotted line, and it, like, goes up the river a while, and if...
Are you saying maybe we try to ford the river on the boat?
Maybe.
Kind of in a direct
Because
line.
we know arrows get shot at the river from fuck off side, so we do the dotted line, but on the safe side for as
How
long
wide
as
is
we
this
can.
river?
At its widest, it's probably 30 feet across.
It's probably not going to make much of a difference. I mean, it's worth a try, but if someone's standing on that shore and we're sailing down on the south shore,
And I mean, we could.
they'll be able to make that shot.
We
We're
could.
fucking walking behind a tree, mate.
Oh, you want to walk?
Yeah, I wanna
portage this canoe.
I'm glad.
No, I
you
want to fucking leave the canoe and walk across 30 feet of river.
You want to swim across this river?
I don't know, fucking throw a rope or something. I don't want to get fucking shot
Well,
in a
you lie-
canoe.
You can lie down in the canoe if you want.
Fucking in the blood slosh. Fuck off.
You can clean yourself up though.
You're right. Thank you for noticing. Look, all I'm saying is, would you say, God, we'd be fucking canoeing upstream in Arrowland. We're not going to be going that fucking fast anyways.
Well, I mean, I don't think. I actually, to Mark's point, I don't think that portaging the canoe up one side of the river is a bad idea.
don't-
It means
yeah.
it's less of a cross. We're canoeing across 30 feet.
It will slow us down, but
But the one thing I think about that is that if the item was dropped somewhere in the river, we're gonna miss it entirely,
we're gonna miss it. Yeah.
and that's what we're here for.
But I'm pretty confident.
It's at, yeah,
No,
I
no,
know.
we're not.
The way these things work out is it tends to be that it's the place that you. I would love for this item to be in the bottom of the river,
We can grab it and go.
and we could grab it, get out, don't have to deal with it. But my luck, it's going to be in the middle of that place.
Right.
I would like to see the temple.
Freaky deaky.
I would not.
I mean, I don't think we have a choice
Thistle,
at this point.
you said you made that, yeah?
The armor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Could you help me? What if we like wove some stuff together and we can put on the side of the boat? Probably won't even stop an arrow, but it could provide some
Bit of
so
cover.
it covers us a little bit.
Smart.
We could. My concern would be if the canoe is only barely big enough for
I'd be
the
swimming.
five. Oh, you're swimming. Is that wise?
Probably not, but if the thing's at the bottom of the river, you're gonna need someone to go get it. And I would rather the four of you be in the canoe because I'm the strongest swimmer here. I could tangle with myself.
Maybe it's just because I'm old, but what prevents us from
Walking
just
around?
walking around?
Mate, that's where the fucking arrows come from.
But
I mean, they came for us.
Could Sprig in the morning scout out that bank?
oh yes, you could. Yes,
That might be worth.
definitely.
Could Sprig hold a small item?
He could. Yes.
Sprig. Pull out one of them. I'm like, can I?
Yeah, of
I
course.
take the knucklebone and I give it to Sprig.
Just
Can you hold this? And because it's the end of the day, so I'll get a different one. I'm gonna get a new one tomorrow. I am going to use.
Just puts one of his little
Sorry.
clawsies through it,
I'm
so
gonna
we're in it like a
use
ring.
My
it's just his little.
shit. I forgot what it's called.
I can also see through Sprig's eyes.
Yeah, but 3 sets of eyes is better than 2. I can use remote viewing. I see through the token.
Oh gosh,
Okay.
that's cool.
So I can once I do this,
Sprig
the
becomes a
token
drone.
becomes inert.
Sprig's a drone.
Yeah, once I do that, the token is inert and I can't use it to like communicate or anything like that. But I can use it. I think. Doesn't say on my character sheet how long it lasts. I can look it up though. But I believe it's like up to a minute or 10 minutes where I can look. I can basically like as if it was a familiar. I
Yeah.
can look through the token.
Okay.
So if it's if
Clutched in his little
Yeah.
claw.
and I
Talon.
just test that to see the view, and then
It's a little wonky, but you
Yeah.
can see.
okay, and then great, and I come back into my eyes kind of go like ethereal, and then I snap back in.
Okay.
Great. Well, that one's done, but I'll make a new one tomorrow. And is that
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Yes.
great?
Okay.
3 eyes are better than 1. I've always said.
Well, we
I'll
should.
look up remote viewing to make sure that.
Sounds good.
I know
We
exactly
should
how-
make camp for tonight. I'm reticent to start a fire, just in case that draws unwanted attention to us in the night. But if we do any cooking or anything, it has to be quick.
I mean, if we need anything like heated, flavoured, absolutely you got it covered, mate.
Thank you, Mark. That's so kind of you.
Yeah, no
Thank
worries.
you.
Jerky tastes like oats. Go on then.
Oats?
Yeah. Classic
Oh
travel
my
food.
word! It does taste like oats.
Yeah. What if you could combine beef jerky and hardtack?
I remember.
Hard jerky or beef tack? I haven't quite figured it out.
Right.
It's one of those two.
I don't know what either of the original are supposed to taste like, but it's good.
Yeah, mate, absolutely.
10 miles. And when it is finished, it destroys the token. So that
Shy would reach over and take a piece of the oat thing. We didn't have a lot of traders who brought grains to Kashmir, and nothing would like that would grow there. So, okay. And I was like, that's not bad. It's not my first choice, but it's not bad.
I've heard there are people who use plants to imitate meat. I've never heard of people using meat to imitate plants.
Fucking visionary, mate.
So we start making camp.
All right, you make camp just off the edge of the river. I'll have one of you make a survival check.
Can't believe it's not oats.
Sorry, I was looking at my ability. Did you make a piece of meat taste like porridge?
Yes. Yes, he did.
It's called impossible oats.
That's the worst of both worlds, I think.
Classic adventuring flavors, mate. The texture of meat, the flavor of oats.
Awful.
Always dry. Always.
You watch Sprig tries to eat some, and
Sorry to circle back to that, but I was
Loved
just
it. It was
distracted.
perfect. I mean, y'all would be probably better than setting camp than I will. I'll go gather some stuff that I know is eatable from the woods.
Yeah, I would like to provide the if Thistle is making a survival check, I would like to.
yeah, who would like to make the survival check?
I can if no
Yeah,
one else.
go for it.
I could.
You can do it. I'll give you the help action then, so you have advantage.
Advantage, yes. Yes. Advantage. Oof, that's much better. 12.
Guidance.
Yes, of course,
guidance,
yes.
guidance
got it
himself.
Guys, myself, yes. 18.
18. You find a fairly covered spot with 3 large trees. So the only sort of visibility is to the river. So your back is completely surrounded. So you have fairly good cover and a good vantage point of the river.
And I would do what I did the previous night and just go around setting up the little bells and
Okay.
clangy things and
Okay.
just go around setting those up to make sure that hopefully we have a little bit of forewarning before we get chomped.
All right. Who would like to take first watch?
I will.
All right.
I can stay up with you then, yeah.
Oh, yes, lovely. Yes.
Make a perception check, both of you.
I really feel like doing a Sean and being like, what do I add? Can I add good things? Like, can
Good things on a good day.
It's an 8.
8. Okay.
26.
Right. Great.
That's where
Plus Thistle.
you're lost in sort of playing through what happened today at the village and replaying the day. You're having a hard time focusing on anything beyond that. Thistle, you take time to settle in and really you start to feel that heartbeat of the forest once again as you take a longer look at this finger of the river, and you spend enough time, your eyes adjust, and you can see that quite a bit farther down it starts to widen into the river proper that continues on. And you see there is a bit of debris at the neck where it starts to widen out. There is debris on both sides. Looks like trees have fallen down that form a bit of a natural dam, and that's what's causing this to be a bit slower. And you see there is as evening wears on into quite a bit later in the night, you see there is a thin greenish mist that settles a little bit over this part of the river,
Over the water
the
specifically.
water.
I'd like to kind of imagine that, like, you know, when if you're in the woods at night and the wind blows through, everything sort of moves sort of together.
Yeah.
And as Thistle sits, like his hair and like the little pieces, they sort of find that same rhythm as the trees.
Absolutely.
You see there's a strange green mist on the water.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Maybe that's what got you when you felt when you were cut.
Right. Yeah, maybe it's like poisoning the water or something.
Something
Does
up
it
the river,
seem,
maybe.
Does it seem natural? Can you tell?
Can I?
You can make a nature check. Let's see what you can discern about this mist.
Not sure. I don't know anything about it. This is a natural one.
Oh no.
And I cannot provide
11.
It's unlike anything you've seen before. You haven't spent a ton of time around bodies of water, so you're not exactly sure what kind of phenomenon this is and whether or not this is a naturally occurring thing in this part of the forest, or if this is something else. You're not sure.
I know it's not natural from where I'm from, but maybe it is natural for here. It's hard to know for sure.
Fair. I couldn't tell you one way or the other. Tomorrow could get bad. We got to be ready for that.
Why are you concerned? What worries you?
Well, 2 of them creatures got away, which isn't great. And we're following in the footsteps of a group where no one survived. And the one person who didn't. You know? So I want to be especially cautious. And especially I just want to make sure everyone gets out of this. We've got some folks that are out in the world for the first time. And as one of the people who isn't out in the world for the first time, I feel a little responsible for them.
I assume you're speaking of our friend Mark.
And Rosie.
And Rosie, yes. I think it's important to remember that while this might be the first time they are facing hardships like this, they bring things to the group that as a whole make us much better.
I don't disagree. I'm not saying that I don't think they're competent. I think they're good at what they do. Mark did kind of check out a little bit, but you know, it's battle is hard. I'm not worried about them, and Rosie's great at healing and helping. But if something bad were to happen to them, I would feel responsible. Because I don't know. I just worry. And when we were in the city, bad things happen in cities, and you got to do your best. But you can always find help, you know. You can always find someone who's on your side in a city. Out here, we're on our own.
Well, if it brings you any reassurance, if you tell me to get them out, I will.
Yeah. If it comes to it.
You say the word and I will get them out.
Good. I've done before, I'm not afraid of doing it again. Yeah. That's a deal.
All right. Who would like to take second watch? We'll just do 2 for the evening. Shy? Rosie?
I'll get involved.
Shy?
I'll
Markin?
I
will wake Mark.
Oh no, it's fine, it's fine. And I go over and I go, oh, Mark, and I very gently wake Mark. Are you good to take second watch? It's yeah. Sorry, it's late. I know, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No, it's fine. Yeah.
no,
yeah,
you're. I think you're at that stage now. You've earned it.
Yeah, second watch.
Second watch.
I just wear the one, but. No, I get it. You know, it's like a street person thing. Let's do it. Absolutely. Do you want? Should I have brought it myself?
Sorry.
Am I wearing your watch? Or
No. You're going to look out for danger while myself, Thistle, and Rosie sleep. You and Shy are going to look out for danger.
Cool. Yeah,
You're going to be on lookout.
yeah, absolutely.
And it's a big responsibility, so I trust that you can handle it.
Absolutely.
Alright.
Mate,
I will,
I look out. I look in. I like what I see.
And I, thinking back to our friends on the island, give him a light punch on the shoulder. You got this.
Fucking ow! All right.
And I go fall asleep.
I go sit down.
Mark is a grumpy morning person.
I go sit down near Mark. You doing okay?
Yeah, absolutely. And I drink my coffee flavored water.
Roll perception checks. The best part about coffee flavored water is there's no caffeine. So it's like what, it doesn't even work.
It's not hot. It's not hot.
It's warm.
And also, its consistency would be different. Like, it would just be like, just so watery. No one has ever said, this watery coffee is amazing.
It's gonna be a
You've obviously
19.
never had
19.
20.
20?
Are you rolling with disadvantage because it's dark?
Sure am not. It's an 8.
Sorry, dude.
At first, your night vision is very good, and then very quickly it
Oh, I
dissipates.
Sorry, just as a
My
point.
body thought it got caffeine and then remembered it didn't.
Upon waking, Shadow.
Oh, just beware, there's a strange green mist above the water.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Don't go too close.
I won't. I'm good.
So with an 18,
19.
19, you sit and you notice the mist that Thistle points out. And as the evening moves into morning and the sun begins to rise, you notice almost as if the forest itself inhales somewhat. You notice the trees move in reaction to the sun rising. Even though it is cloudy, the light itself seems to very subtly. It's very, very subtle, but you notice the forest shift a little bit, adjusting to the ambient light coming through the gray clouds.
I feel like I would have seen something like that, like when the sun would kind of peek over the horizon, you know, if I'd have been out on the water or near, like if I'd have been out too late near Keshwera, near home.
You would have noticed similar things in the kelp forests around Keshwera.
Cool. You ever been out in the wood like this before?
Like this?
Yeah.
No, not like this.
No.
No. Different wood.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you went to this Dulkert college.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
Where are you from originally?
Like, Tim?
Where are you from originally?
Yeah.
You are from Azura originally.
Oh, yeah, that's one of Azura. Absolutely.
Where's that?
Tim?
It shares the same name as a place in Clore, but it is a different city at the northern part of the Marinora.
Yeah, it's like
archipelago.
Marinora Azura, not Claw
Northern
Azura.
Oh, in the Marinora.
Yeah, we don't
okay.
talk the Claw ones.
Oh,
Call that bad Azura.
I've never heard of Chlor before. I don't know where that is.
You're not missing much, mate.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, mate, absolutely, Azura. It's really gorgeous out there. I mean, like, Dulkirk's like kind of like home. Like,
Right.
you know, like that's where I lay my head. But like, my dad is like, that's where he's like based out of. You know.
Oh, the shipping company.
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
How long were you at Dulkert for?
Oh, you know, like, you start like when you're quite young.
Yeah.
So like, about 12 years all in.
12 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Goodness.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's quite good to be like, when you're a child, to like, spend all your time around like, other boys, like, with like very Like, I know, like, a lot of people, it's like, you're, like, around your parents all the time.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you're around just, like, other small children, like, I think it really teaches you a lot about life, you know?
Like learning from your peers.
Yeah, you know, it's like... There's a funny kind of, rules that aren't rules that
Okay,
happen.
I understand.
And I think that's an advantage that a lot of people don't get exposed to. Like, I don't know, I'm being lame.
No, I don't think you're being lame. I spent a lot of time around adults, mostly, as I was younger. I was 9? No. Maybe 11 or 12 when my mama left. And then,
Is she the one who taught you how to punch real good?
no.
Who did that?
Me?
Really? You self-taught?
I mean, yeah, I've always been, I have a better handle on it now, but I used to have a bit of a temper. And work kind of demanded that, I mean, I had to be able to protect myself. Because if someone was going to come up and try and steal my shit that I had to go and deliver on behalf of my employers, then you had to be able to defend yourself. Because if you didn't get that thing there on time and in one piece, it was on your head about it, no matter who tried to fuck with you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, and I was smaller than most of the other runners, and these didn't help.
Your weird fish ears.
Yeah, my weird fish ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the only... People didn't look too kindly on Triton in Oloren. My father and my brother and I were the only ones that I'd seen there. So I had to learn to defend myself and be able to punch above my weight class.
If people sense that you are different, they will exploit that, you know?
They will.
Yeah. It's tough when it's so obvious.
Yeah. So I just, kept my head down, did my work, and when they didn't shut up about it, I made them shut up about it.
What was your favorite way to do it?
Making them shut up.
Make them shut up, yeah.
There's this one guy. She wouldn't fucking stop running his mouth. It was always something. There was always something with him. He's the fucking worst. He's got this fucking shit-ass name, too. His name's Pritchard.
Pritchard?
Pritchard, yeah.
Yeah, that name sucks.
And he ran for the Alcyon, and the Alcyon are got their heads shoved so far up their asses. It's the worst. And he would always come around, and there was one time I had my hair longer before, and he yanked my hair in a braid. And I leaned backward, and I elbowed him upward. I broke half his teeth and almost shoved his nose into his brain, so...
There's quite a lot of, like, consonants to say the word Pritchard. I imagine that's quite difficult with less teeth.
I certainly hope so now. I certainly hope he thinks next time.
Sort of ends up sounding kind of like a gricker, I imagine. By the end.
And when the messaging work wasn't paying enough, I started fighting to make money. So I had to... It's what's paid most of my way through everything. The money that I gave for Edry's deposit, I won. Well, won is a strong word for what I did, but I threw a fight. I got really good at making fights look good, but I can handle my own if need be. So.
I often think, haven't done a lot of fisticuffing myself, but my dad always impressed upon me it's important to realize which fight you're trying to win.
That's very true.
People can think you lost. And that's okay for them to think.
It absolutely is. Because if you've got some bigger game running, or you know you're going to get them next time, then that's enough.
Don't worry, mate. These sort of fucking temples with the sacrifices always loot there. We're gonna get you way more money than fucking throwing fights. It's gonna be absolutely sick, mate.
I feel like I read you wrong off the top, Mark.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And I'm sorry for that.
Not yet.
All right then.
So your watch comes to an end. As the light trickles through the gray clouds and the forest comes to life, you start hearing the sounds of the forest as you all come to, feeling well rested.
I didn't have the poison condition. Am I still poisoned? No.
You're
Thanks.
no longer poisoned. It was only you were not poisoned.
I just dealt the
just took
poison damage.
poison damage.
Okay.
I'm going to spend an action. Oh, sorry, bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Create an eerie token.
Okay.
And I'm going to give that eerie token to Sprig.
Okay.
Oh.
Mates, I can accept that we're going to take the canoe up the river. I can accept that.
Why don't we let Sprig scout first and then we can make a choice
Absolutely.
after that? Because I think that gives us a good idea of the dangers.
Fair play. But last night, I do want to double check something. Well, when it became morning, Rosie, you're like tight with the sun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, tight. So when like the sun came up,
Yeah.
Shai was telling me that like the trees like. Does that happen a lot?
Yeah, it does. And
We shouldn't be worried about that. Like
should.
the trees aren't gonna like
Yeah.
body slam us or
It's,
something.
it's even more noticeable from where you are. The village that you grew up in is quite a bit deeper into the forest, and it's even more noticeable. And what you remember, the sky is usually bright and sunny. There is a lot of rain, but it often passes and leads to a beautiful bright sun. So this overcast sky is a little bit odd, but you remember your time in the village. When the sun would come out, the trees would stretch and move, almost as if they were alive.
Maybe, like, Thistle,
Yes.
you were saying that the trees from where you were from that had, like, groups and cliques and stuff like that. And they were, like, kind of dicks and left you out. Is that...
That's maybe a bit of an overgeneralization, but
Right, I apologise, but the point that I'm trying to make is maybe these trees are like them trees, because if a tree can be a dick, then a tree can be excited by the sun.
oh yes, trees are always excited by the sun.
Every tree?
Not every tree, but most.
Even when they're nervous.
Usually when they're nervous, more so.
Well, my sense was like it was like, and maybe this is something like you felt before when you were feeling that like, and Dwyler was talking about it, that like the heartbeat of the forest. It was like the forest took a big inhale or almost like it let go of a breath it didn't know it was holding when the sun came up.
I remember we had the conversation where you said there's two types of trees, and I was like, oh, like the boat kind of like the trees that you turn into boats and tables, and then the wish-making trees that can become people. Maybe this is just a bunch of them wish-making trees.
Do I get a sense that they are more awake?
Make a nature check for me.
I would.
Yo, trees!
Hey!
We're sending
Gregory!
to the forest saying "you up" is what I'm.
You wait.
You said nature? 26.
Oh yeah.
The trees here don't feel at the same level of consciousness that the trees that you grew up around, that you were a part of. They do feel like they have deep roots. This is a very old forest. You can tell that immediately. And there is an underlying latent power that exists in all forests. And you know that the older the forest, the larger the reserve that is. The difference between the forest that you grew up in, where the individual trees had more of a personality, this seems to be a collective, much more of a collective. So each individual tree is not necessarily close to being awakened. It's that this entire forest has this deep root well.
I would.
Because I did so well.
Because I am a druid. That's what that is.
Papa DM. Please
These may have some
Dungeon
luck.
Daddy,
Because I did so
please.
good on my dice rolls. Do I get a sense that the forest that there's something like. Do I get a sense that the forest there's something like wrong in it that they're not happy about, or like?
Ooh, good question.
Like a unsettled.
I'm gonna have everybody leave the room. Except for Thistle.
Whoa!
That's great because
Big man asking
I
big
like
questions.
I like how on some shows they do whispers. This just takes us out.
It's more fun this way. Visually more fun for me.
Yeah, that's
Hold on, Adam's taking a long time to leave.
You sense that there is something at the back of your mind. It's like an intuition. It does feel like something is off. But you haven't seen anything terribly out of order with the forest. You haven't seen anything or felt anything or had the forest react to you in any way that would give you alarm bells. But there is something nagging at you. You just haven't been able to place it. It's like a word you can't quite remember.
I don't have anything that lets me speak to animals or speak to plants yet. I speak with animals.
Mm-hmm. That may be all you glean at this moment.
Yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna be able to get.
You can all come back.
So how much damage was that?
Everybody took 50 points.
sweet. Well, for my new character, I'll be rolling.
I want my own sneaky moment.
Yeah, I'm gonna be rolling.
Oh, I can't wait.
Please.
Iron blood.
So cool.
Sword summoner.
I like to think though, like any Ironboard sorcerer though, they're like flaws that they're anemic. Like it's
Yeah. They're tired. All of it. They have to get 10 hours every day.
Yeah.
Or else they don't get their spells back.
Alright, let's go talk to this bird. What does it see? Let's put 3 eyes into this bird.
I'm gonna
That sounds different in that accent.
I'm gonna take Sprig on like he's gonna sit on my finger and we're gonna put our temples or our foreheads together, and I'm gonna cast Beast Sense.
Ooh.
And you'll see when our heads come apart and my eyes open, they're like Game of Thrones wargs or just like white. And he'll take off with
the little the
I
token.
do not activate it yet.
He's holding it, and he flies for a while. He goes to the other side of the bank, and you see he disappears into the forest.
When I see him get to the other side of the bank, you will see, because again, I also go blind and deaf, I sit down by a tree and you watch as almost something like ephemeral, almost like a soul, leaves Esper and flies out. And Esper like basically slumps back against the tree.
Shai's just sitting watching her two friends and just like.
You see through the eyes of Sprig as he weaves through the forest and finally, close to the minute mark, lands on a tree and he drops the token. As you watch it falls, you get a clearer view as it's spinning, and as the thing drops, you see it at the same time as Sprig is looking down. There is a gnoll who is leaning forward, and you can see there is a bundle of arrows next to them on the ground, as well as a bow, and 2 branches that have pierced in behind its head into the ground, as it's motionless, leaned at about a 45-degree angle. As your token hits the ground and looks up, you can see the branches right through and the gnoll's tongue hanging out.
Gnarly.
With the minute end, so the token is destroyed, I feel like, having never done that before, Esper comes out and she kind of goes, "Bleh," and vomits a little bit, because the vertigo of his perception is wherever the token is facing, so it was like, "Ugh," and so he just kind of goes,
Oh my! Are you okay?
yeah, it was real flippy dippy. The bird Sprig dropped the token and it just did a couple of rolls and I'm good. There's a gnoll with cheese through its eyes. That's not why I'm vomiting. It was all the flippy dippies.
Does the sun usually make trees kill things? No?
No.
I think that's more the trees of the sun. Like, is the sun mad today?
The sun is kind of distant,
So, like, aloof? Okay,
far away.
that's chill.
Well, I wonder if like what she said is ringing in my head, that the forest is alive, like it has a heartbeat. Maybe it realized what the gnolls were trying to do and made it not do that anymore.
So
Was it a tree through the knoll? Or
Two
just-
branches of a tree, straight through the back, but the branches connect to the tree.
Just
The
kinda
sprig is sitting on.
Damn.
Do we feel safe going through that part of the forest?
I mean, we got a tree walking with us. I feel if anyone's
Have I
safe, it's
ever?
us.
Has there ever been anything like
Make a
that?
history check.
Ooh.
Fun times.
I would still be looking through
Mm-hmm.
Sprig's
Sprig is
eyes.
just kind of sitting, looking down, surveying the scene.
Yuck.
Guidance myself. 17.
17. You've heard fairy tales, stories about the trees and the forest itself attacking those who would seek to harm it.
Oh.
But it's always been couched in campfire tales
Yeah.
and things like that. And as a way, almost used as a tool to teach respect about when you're traveling through the forest, to always be cognizant of the footprint that you leave. You've never seen the forest cause violence directly. You've seen people hurt themselves in the forest, but never as a direct result of the forest lashing out.
Miss, like, as a kid, Miss Fleur used to tell us that the forest didn't like it when people hurt it. But I thought that was just to keep us from taking sticks off the ground and stuff while we were on our walks.
Do you remember when we were back on the island? Do you think that, you know, the lines that they were looking for, the Deathians, do you think that, like...
The special mud.
No, not the mud.
Oh, the rock.
The rock, yeah.
Yeah, I still regret not touching that mud. It looked inviting.
I'm wondering if maybe one of those runs beneath this forest too, or maybe multiple of them.
Right, because we were talking about those. Thistle was saying that those were like magical veins.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. My mama mentioned that,
Oh, yeah,
like,
you know, you
sacred
were
places
talking
of
about
power
it,
that like that course, and then when that thing came up, the red ball with those lines all over it.
Right, yeah, the orb.
Yeah,
Which we recognise as the world, right? Yeah.
and I mean, it would make sense to me that something runs beneath this forest. For context, Mark, we were.
Oh yeah, no, I picked it up. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Now here's my question. I've never. It sounds like the guy with the arrows got his god. Now I've never actually taken a tugboat before for the Tojing. Have you done it before? Like, how much
that
time are we
fucking
more likely?
English?
to
I understood
save
nothing of
it?
that.
Are you talking about portage?
Yeah, or like good
shit.
charging, like whatever we want to do with this boat. Like, I don't want to apply judgment, but like how much, like if we are charging poorly, like worst case scenario, how much faster is that supposed to be than walking up the
Portaging
bank?
is when you carry the canoe over land.
Yeah, because I mean, if you want to targe it right, you want to be in the canoe, don't you? I mean, fucking city boy over here, right?
It will slow us down about half.
Oh, half.
Be half as fast, yeah.
Because I mean, two of us or three will have to carry it.
The canoe.
So
Canoes
who's
are-
the strongest targer then to get us up the river?
I mean, rowing's gonna be easier than portaging, but if we want to go around,
I think it's worth the risk. I think if that's what's on that side of the river,
yeah, I think you're right.
any archers that are waiting to take shots at us on the way up might already have had shots taken at them.
Right. So you're saying
And I saw you the other day, fucking arrow coming straight at your head, boom, straight in your hand. So arrows can't do nothing to us. You're the arrow catcher.
Oh, that's my job now.
No, that's not your job. I'm saying that is your it's a title. It's like you're the arrow catcher. They whisper about you in fear in the streets.
Well, thank you.
She who catches arrows.
That's a nice
That was
title.
fucking crazy. You know how fast an arrow goes.
Shy is like blushing quite hard, and it's just like it's almost that thing. Yes, it's purpley.
And
And
the craziest part is,
what?
you threw it back. That was insane.
I mean, I wasn't gonna use it. I don't use a bow.
Yeah, I know, but you caught an arrow out of the air.
Okay.
Look, I've been
Well,
shot
look.
by arrows before, and
But
they are
yeah.
fast as hell.
But it was
Too, so painful.
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, it was coming at me, not at y'all, and I can't guarantee that I'm gonna be able to catch all of them. So I think there is some merit to either. I mean, I'm fine with either plan. Whether we're gonna portage up this side, and then cross at the narrow point towards when we go towards the altar, or whether we're gonna take the river. I'm fine either way.
When you make it all foggy, does that move with us, or does it stay in one place?
It stays in one place.
But Thistle can do that as well too, can't he?
Not today.
Not to
Also, being able to change spells. Oh, it's so good.
So nice, eh?
It might be worthwhile that if we start getting shot at,
Yeah, I can.
we
I
have
can,
some defenses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Do you want a portage or good tage?
I think either would work.
It's either we're gonna cross.
Just do it fast and good.
I think fast.
Yeah, okay.
Fast and good.
I would like to say,
Oh, you're back.
Mark did catch an arrow, just not with his hands.
That's very true.
So,
Then I've caught so many arrows in my life.
we are all very talented at catching arrows.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Well, if we're gonna be, we should see how many of us can fit in the canoe.
I assume Rosie mended the canoe.
This whole conversation, Rosie's just sitting by the boat.
It's healing us and healing.
I like to think of it like a 3D printer. Hand back and forth, and every so often there's just like an extra layer.
That's amazing. So
Then the resin gets stuck.
That's, by doing it that
break
way,
the
you
struts.
are going to make it look like you're peeing under the table.
Sounds like you're peeing.
They'll never know.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh my goodness!
You should drink more water.
You should drink more water.
You gotta hydrate.
So how many of us can fit in the canoe? Like how?
You can all fit in the canoe. It is a squeeze, but you can all fit in the canoe.
I'll fit in that canoe.
We all gotta like spoon.
A little bit.
If I touch the water again today, how is it?
You're all healed up.
I am.
Seems all right for now. I assume you haven't dove into the water rather
Not
than just
yet.
walking through it.
No, I just kind of like wave my hands in there.
Sounds fun.
Well, put it this way. I can stay in the boat, or I can swim. What do we think?
We start in the boat.
Yeah.
And, you know,
See how things go.
Okay,
if things get wild, you get wet. Wet and wild.
that sounds great, Mark.
That's what-
Sometimes I say words after I like.
No, I like that.
I've
When-
heard them after I say them, and there is regret.
I always hear the words after I say them.
No, I like that. I think because we as a team are known as what was it again?
What?
The Dwyler 5 or something like that. But
You keep trying to pitch names that are not good.
But here's the thing, as a subtitle of a group, the two of you could be known as Wet and Wild.
I do like that.
I think that's good.
if we need,
like-
When
know
you
what?
guys do like little solo missions together.
Like
if we
Wet and
like-
Wild and the Distinguished Three.
I quite like.
I like Wet
I
and
like
Wild
being a
and
part of the Distinguished Three.
It's quite a mouthful.
I do like that.
That's a long title.
Yeah,
for-
worth it, mate. You gotta know your own worth. You're worth a lot of words.
We're workshopping it, and as we're doing this, we're like pushing the canoe in the water as we start. And like Shy would push it as far out, and I would hop in.
Oh, it's quite
The blood gets on your shirt and Mark's like,
Oh, mate, the blood is gone. It's dried. It's gone.
I would probably
It's the
be.
stepping, like, where you have to step into the water and then get into the canoe.
I would probably be the one of the people doing the rowing. I'm assuming. Yeah. I'm assuming Thistle and I is probably the stronger people.
particularly athletic, so.
All right, so yeah, I'll have two of you make athletics checks, since there are only two paddles.
Love
Thistle is way stronger than I am.
Could I make a perception check? Sure. Not great at perception, but.
It's not very good, unfortunately.
Rosie, can you do your shiny little glowy thing that makes people better at shit?
Yeah, guidance.
Great, thank you. Eyeball glow. 18.
18. Okay. And what was your athletics check?
12.
13.
13. Takes you the better part of the day to move through. There's quite a bit of, as you get farther into the center, there's quite a bit of debris and you know, detritus and things like that.
I
You're
was just
sort of
gonna say, I
pushing
love
through.
that word.
Some flotsam and some jetsam in there too.
As you're pushing through, but you do manage to make it quite a bit up, almost to where you can see where the river narrows, where there's quite a bit of debris and a number of
And the
fallen
river
logs.
remains quite shallow.
Fairly shallow, yeah. At most, you reckon it's probably up to just above.
It's
your
too
waist.
murky to see the bottom though.
No, too murky. Way too murky.
Yeah.
As you move through the paddles, and you notice this as well as you're moving through, you see there are almost ribbons of kind of brightish green. You're not sure if it's algae or what, but you do see it almost looks like bioluminescence as it sort of ripples and then fades away.
Is it a
As you
similar
push
color to the
through.
fog?
Similar. You see where the main river sort of splits off. Is probably another few hours past where this thing has been blocked up, and there is kind of a swirl there. But you can see as you travel, most of the day probably gets you to about 3 o'clock. You start to see the edges of what looks like a camp just off the bank. You can see remnants of a camp.
I think that is where we pull up.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody be ready. And I'm gonna pull out my knives.
I button my coat.
Good, yeah, it frees up your movement. Good stuff.
Absolutely. I'm ready, mate.
As we get off close to the shore, I'm going to hop off and start kind of pulling us up.
And I will go and. How close is the camp? Close enough that if shit breaks bad in the camp.
Yeah, it's fairly close to the bank.
'Cause I didn't want to go investigate the camp and be like, oh, there's 2 rounds to get to.
How long has it been since we left?
6 hours.
Okay.
I would like
Or
to-
no, a little more than that, because you left at daybreak, so
That's
it's probably been about 9 hours.
My beast. I was wondering if my beast sense was only an hour, so it's long gone.
I would like to investigate the camp.
Okay, so it's about probably 20 feet off of the bank. You go to make an investigation check.
And I go up to Rosie.
Thank you.
Oh, good thing. Good thing. Good thing. As a 16 total.
16 total. You look, and you can see there is an overturned
Oh yeah.
pup tent. And what looked like 2
It's a long way to carry those big things.
kind of long, they're cots that have been knocked down. If you imagine the river,
It's just an RV just slightly off over the hill.
And you see it's fairly close. There is a small pool as well next to this camp. And you can see it's rocky on the edges, and the water is almost like a bright green. And you see there are blood splatters all over the camp. There is bits of fabric. There are no bodies. There's clearly signs of a struggle.
And that would be kind of up here, where this dotted line meets the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I, seeing that this camp has obviously been overturned, I'd like to stealth, if
Okay,
possible.
make a stealth check.
Tim, I'm writing that there's this camp on the map.
Do you want to pass me all your minis?
And
Yeah.
my morning whispers from the grave would be stealth.
Oh, sorry. Thought it was like dice and craps.
question.
That bounce off the back.
Question: if I look at
Yeah,
the
get it in the pit.
if I look at the pool and I look at the river, does it seem like the green in the river is coming from the pool, or?
You're not up there. Unless did you go with it?
No, I just saw myself on the map, so I got confused.
We got excited.
You can see the edges of the pool.
Oh, okay. I can't see that it's green yet.
19 for stealth.
19. Okay. Yeah.
And I would like to take a piece of fabric. Is there any like arrows here? Like any?
There's a few broken arrows.
Okay, I would like to take a broken piece of arrow and like some dried meat from my rations. I'm gonna stick it through the arrow and I'm gonna dip it in the water.
And the one over here.
Yeah, just really.
As Esper would have been moving around, I would have kept the. I would have gone straight up. Yeah, kind of keeping an eye coming up that way.
Say Thistle, you moved a little closer, so
Yeah,
you
I'll
can see
signal to Thistle to show
the
what
kind
I'm
of
doing.
bright green. You can see the bright green water, and they look similar in color.
Yeah.
So you can assume that it seems like this is where it's concentrated, and it may be seeping into this part of the river.
I see.
As you dip it in, you watch the water swirls, and from beneath you see this large serpent-like head dripping water. I need everyone to roll.
I was trying to test if the water was acidic, but I instead did a bad fishing rod.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, could do.
Real gooby.
Gibby. All right. 25 to 20.
That is a 22.
Ooh.
Dope.
20
Shit.
to 15.
17.
17 for Esper. 15 to 10.
11.
Also 11. Initiative +3.
0.
11.
I roll terribly.
The evolution of that really good.
It got dark real quick.
Right.
He went like tee me to like
Oh, all right.
Ooh.
As you see this serpent-like head emerge from the water, you can see
is there
it
visual aid?
drip down, and if I can find it, where did it go? Maybe it's in this one. I had it.
Tim
a
and his
second ago.
tabs.
No, it is in this one.
Hey, Tim, what's the, who are we repping tonight?
Kobold Press, baby! Our dear friends. There it is. You can see.
Oh, is that an actual snake or is it made of goo?
It's made of whatever this water is made of.
Yeah.
And you can see its arms kind of push out from the side as
It's a
well.
snake with arms?
Snake with arms.
What an arm snake! Fuck!
It's a snake and its arms.
I go arm snake.
All right, that is that for that. Yeah.
Didn't like that.
Shy, you were up first.
Yeah, okay. I am seeing this thing rise up and get all up in Esper's grill. I'm gonna come within 30 feet of it, please.
It is. Imagine it's taking up most of the
Great.
thing here.
I'm gonna go within 30 feet. So
Oh, you're within 30 feet.
okay, can I come forward about 10 feet then?
There.
And as I'm kind of striding forward, Shy just jumps up, and I'm just going to send another concussive blast
Nice.
out with my luminescent bolt. That is going to be a flirty 20 to hit.
Nice, that hits.
24. Ooh, hey, that's 4 points of 4 plus 3 is going to be 7 points of radiant damage on this thing. And then, yeah, I definitely don't like this a lot, so I'm gonna kind of plant my foot down and pop another 2 luminescent bolts come out
Nice.
as well. Oh, that's a natural 20 on that first one. And that second one's a natural 1. So I get so excited about that first luminescent bolt, so that's 2d4.
You like fake a one so you can really hit it.
Absolutely.
Called a feint.
It's a feint.
It was
Yes.
intentional.
So that's gonna be
faints.
that's gonna be 3 and 4 plus 3 is 10 points of radiant damage on the first one, or on the first one. The second one goes wide. That's a focus point spent for me, and I'm guessing I'm gonna use the last little bit of my movement to come a little bit further there. Yeah, that's good. And
You
that-
watch as the bolts slam into the water as it pushes out and then reforms, and you see the snake's jaw open and the teeth drop down. All right, it is Esper's turn as this thing is right up in your face.
Whip out the Dathian daggers, and I look at it and I go, any help is useful. And that same kind of like etherealness lifts off and flies towards the snake and wraps around. I'm gonna cast Hex.
Yep.
I don't know about your thing, so I am not gonna make it intelligence as much as I want to. I'm gonna make it strength because that's what I always do. Oh, actually, it looks fluid, correct? Like it looks liquid. We'll make dexterity, I guess, because it probably isn't going to be doing a lot of
Hex
strength.
that dex.
Hex that dex.
Dex.
Oh, that rhymes.
And then I'm going to slash forward with my knife. I don't get snake, but I do get hex. So
Snake.
hopefully I hit.
Get snake on the snake.
Is that cocked?
No.
I feel like that's.
It's not.
No,
That's a
it's
flat,
not.
my dear. I'm sorry.
I mean, it is a little cocked.
No.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Oh,
That was flat.
man.
I really wanted to give that to you, but I cannot agree.
It
I'm
was
so
a
sorry.
little cocked, but it was 14 to hit.
14 just hits. And is this a magical?
The Dathian dagger you said counts as magical
Yes,
for
it
overcoming
does.
resistances.
Oh no, I don't like that question.
So I do 1d4 plus.
Am I magical? What, I'm a bear?
Not yet.
Um,
Big old
Oh my
mark.
god, does Yanis
Oh, no, this is
become a
Hex
character?
two necrotic damage.
Only when I'm
Necrotic
magical.
And
Yeah,
it takes
exactly.
7 magical piercing. Yes, and I don't do any sneak attack, but it may be immune to sneak attack.
As you, it's a strange sensation plunging a dagger into water, but you feel the pull back, and the creature kind of hisses, and you feel these drips down onto your skin. It's its turn, and it's going to try and bite you.
Yep.
All right, that is a 21 to hit.
Absolutely hits.
Dang.
All right.
I would like it to roll again.
Woo!
Spicy.
That's a 19 plus is 24 to hit.
Oh, good. He wanted
So it bites down, and then you feel it squeeze harder.
Oh no.
better.
And that is 8
Bite
points of
better.
piercing
Fight
damage
better.
plus 9 points of poison damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yarp. I don't want to talk about it.
Nor do I!
I don't want to talk about it. Don't talk about
Nat
it.
20 on the fucking Constitution.
Oh, nice. It comes up as it moves around out of the water. You see the rest of its body trail behind as it coils around, and it's going to strike at you again.
Okay, yeah.
Uh-huh.
That
Everything's
is
fine.
only a 13 to hit.
Bad. Misses. You watch as Esper ducks under, looks so sallow, like just immediately fucked up to all hell, and he just sees it coming. He's like, "This is how I die," and then just like,
As it slams into the ground and splashes, and you watch as the form splashes and then reforms up above. It is
Esper looks ruined.
Rosie's turn.
That was 17 total, right?
Yes.
8, 9.
Woof day.
I can't cast 2 spells?
Depends on what those 2 spells are. What are you trying to cast?
You can cast like a spell as a bonus action and a cantrip as an action.
So something untold today.
You could do like healing word and toll the dead.
But I can't do like Shield Faith and a healing.
You could do Shield of Faith and Toll the Dead.
Yeah.
Couldn't do Shield of Faith and heal.
What?
You couldn't do Shield
Oh,
of Faith.
okay. I thought you said I could, and
No,
I was
you couldn't.
like,
You're not allowed.
Callie could.
Kelly had lay on hands.
She had
Nice.
cool hands.
Much cooler. Much cooler. You're also very, very high level.
Yeah.
And
Is that right?
Mark is on deck.
I just am so curious every time Mark does anything because I'm just like, what fresh layer of hell are we going to see now?
I don't know.
I know, I'm excited about it. I love it. I love it. I don't like the look. Question, is it, when it comes up, does it look like its source is this pond, or does it look like it is the source?
It seems to be the source.
I see. So it's
There's-
not like it's connected to the pond
There is a
itself.
bit of water at the bottom of that hole,
crevasse.
but most of that water just up and slid right out.
I see. And it's green tinged and snake. Okay.
Snick the snake.
The water at the bottom, you can't see it, Esper. You'd see that it's quite brown and muddy.
Right.
As long as decisions are being made.
Mm-hmm.
The size of this snake.
Large.
Would you say it twice the size of a man?
Close to 3 times.
That's tough. Okay.
It's probably about 15 feet long.
Ooh, yuck. That's so big.
But like quite thick, like.
Yeah, it's not titanic around. It's probably.
If you had to estimate a weight of this snake,
With the snake.
It's all liquid.
Yeah, okay, 15 feet.
if we're saying it's 3 men, are we like?
The density of
Are they
water.
like
Is that what we're
$1.50
talking about?
each, or are they like
15.
thick lads? Are
That
we
feels like
talking-
a-
cubic feet of water.
It feels like a hot
Wait.
tub worth of water.
It's a lot of water.
Don't give me the liters.
Okay, so 1 cubic foot of water is 62.5 pounds.
Jesus.
So that's.
But again, it's not
That's
taking
six,
up a 15
seven-
foot.
That's like 900 pounds.
This is going to give us an
This gives
estimate.
us-
We can
Like
work
900,
it down.
900 pounds.
We love math.
Yeah, it's about. So it would probably be, we'll say, around 700 pounds.
Big Snake. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for diving into the science zone with Sean Declan. I'll think of something else to do. So it's not yet my turn.
Rosie, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm just
Time
looking
is-
at the life thingy. Just re-looking at that.
You don't have an infinite amount of time.
Oh no, I'm just trying to figure out what the healing is. The
You do
life.
2 plus the spell level.
2 plus the spell level.
Yes.
That doesn't make sense in my brain.
It's just the way that life clerics.
No. Like I don't understand how to figure that out.
Oh, like, if you're casting like a first level healing word, first level, 1 plus 2,
plus 1.
Is an extra 3.
3.
And just an extra. Okay.
On top of what you do, yeah.
Yeah.
On top of what I
Dice
do.
roll.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll healing word Esper.
Thank you. I was so close to death. It almost one-shot me.
Yeah. At second level.
Sweet. Healing word at second level.
Yes.
Excellent. And would you like to do anything else with your action?
Yeah, I'll do the thingy.
Pull the dead?
Yeah.
All right.
That thingy.
So that is it's a wisdom save, so that's only a 12. I assume that's a failure.
Yes.
All right, roll that damage. It is damage, so it's a d12.
A d12. Okay.
What was Esper's healing?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing the math for
Nice.
right now. 13.
We love that.
Nice.
Does a lot of bad.
And a d12.
D12. The soccer ball.
Funnest dice to roll.
It's only a 4.
Okay. It takes an additional 4 points of necrotic damage, I believe, right? Necrotic. Yeah. All right, so you watch as that light coalesces around it and it vibrates for a second, kind of, and you watch as drips fall down from it. It is Mark's turn, and then Thistle.
I would love her to make a strength saving throw for me initially.
That is a 12.
Well, that's not going to be good enough. So, like, Mark is looking at this thing, and like as soon as the initiative roll, just like adrenaline kicks in, and he sees this thing like almost fucking kill Esper, like really take a bite, and he just he's just like sort of like without even thinking, just like and like sort of like he's far away, but he like reaches out to like try to like help Esper out in that sort of like you see a car crash,
Yeah,
and
that
you
like
go,
no,
"Ah!"
yeah.
and the snake just moves back 5 feet. And like, whoa. That's gonna be his turn.
He watches the snake, feels this. It looks around, almost confused as it pushes back.
I think I just want him to use his action to reflexively make a deception check to play it cool like nothing is happening.
I would
Make
like
a deception check.
I would like to know whether or not Thistle notices this, because Thistle is
Passive
right
insight,
by.
baby.
It'll be it'll be your passive insight.
Deception. That's gonna be a 23.
I don't
Buddy.
see it.
No, you're so laser focused on this giant snake.
Okay.
You do not notice. All right, Thistle, it's your turn.
I will make my way between in the space now between Esper and the snake.
Okay.
And I will yell over my shoulder to the group, "Stay behind me!" And I will look at him and say, "You are not welcome here." And I will, and usually you see when he changes, the lines glow, but as they start to glow, you see him start to shift, like he's caught, like like he's moving in a strobe, like you just see flashes of him, and he flashes into the bear, but the bear is almost vibrating as I cast Blur first.
That's cool.
Rave Bear.
Well, I also love the fact that we fought, because this is the first time you're casting Blur, right?
Yeah.
So we fought a Displacer beast.
Yeah.
And like, I fucking
learning.
love that. It's so sick.
Nice.
And that's my turn.
All right. Brilliant. Shy, you're up.
Okay. As I see Thistle kind of go
Disco
down and go down into a bear, I am going to run, and I'm going to vault off the bear, and I'm going to come. I'm going to come down on top of the wonderful oozy, acidy grossness. A what?
Arm snake.
Arm snake. The arm snake with my Eskrima stick.
Okay. I'll have you make an acrobatics check
Absolutely.
as you leap off the bear.
Oh, fuck me. Yeah, okay, we're good. That's gonna be a 21.
21.
Does it look
okay.
really good?
It looks very good.
I would like to say Thistle is impressed by your jump, also very disappointed because you did exactly what he asked you not to immediately after he asked you to do. Stay behind me, and you jumped right
It
over
looks
it.
really cool, but as you look back, the bear looks disappointed.
Damn it.
Daddy Thistle is not impressed.
Just the bear being like,
We're gonna
Roll
talk about
your
this later.
Oh, and I totally whiff it with a 7.
It's the disappointment.
As you're looking, you're like, oh no, and you go to swing, and the snake just with its arm.
Okay, and as I
I'm gonna have you make another acrobatics check to see
shit.
if you recover.
If you stick the landing.
that's gonna be an 11.
11. Ooh, that is not enough. As you
Shit.
land in the dirt and you're prone.
God damn it. And I can't even stand up. No, that's with my.
You could use the rest of your movement to
with the
stand
rest
up.
of my movement. Yeah, I'll use
Just
the
embarrass.
rest of my movement to stand up. Shy, not fast, but not graceful. I will say that. This is all choppy and very dirty and like quick movements. So Shy trying to kind of like recover any semblance of wanting to assist in this fight. I'm gonna come around. I'm gonna spend another focus point, and I am gonna come in for a punch in.
Slam down on the back of
Flurry
its
of
tail.
blows. Yes.
Nice.
Get him.
That is gonna be a 23 to hit.
That hits.
That, well, I'll redeem myself. That's going to be 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
Non-magical at this point.
Nice.
Oh, fuck me. That is going to be a 12 to hit.
That does not hit, unfortunately. As the snake kind of bucks its backside into your hit, and it just absorbs it before you're able to kind of get any force behind it. All right, it is Esper's turn.
And I'll stay up in melee with it.
Great.
Can I move so that I'm like? Can I move alongside the bear so that I'm flanking?
This way?
Does he also get a
You-
disappointing look?
You will have to
because-
make an acrobatics check.
Oh, don't jump over the
Clear the
pool.
gap.
Don't jump
Don't jump over the
In the
pool.
pit. In the pit.
Adam, I have so little spell slots.
My acrobatics is not that great.
Don't do it.
We got a big
how deep is the pit?
It looks like it's probably about 10 feet.
Don't do it.
Could I get to the space that I want to get to? Just or like, could I get to any flankable position by moving?
No.
You're gonna give me a heart
I
attack.
couldn't get around this.
Could I
No.
try to vault the picnic table?
You can try to vault the picnic table, yeah?
Vault
It's a
the
clock.
table. Vault the pit, baby.
Vault the pit.
It's
Vault the pit.
It is
Vault the
narrow
pit.
here. There's
Vault the
more.
pit.
Enchanting room
Vault
on the
the
pit! Oh no, I thought it was a 16, but that's still fine. It's a 15.
Yes. You managed to
Yay!
and get around.
Yeah, I like run, jump the thing, tuck roll, and I'm like, come at me, fucker! And then I'm going to both knives. I'm just gonna
Yeah, from me.
No way, because he vaulted the pit.
Yeah, this was impressive. The pit.
Yeah, the pit was pretty
The
sick.
disappointed
If you
look
had
is
stuck
from
that
Rosie.
landing, you wouldn't have been disappointed.
I feel like Thistle was like kind of like. I get the +2, correct?
Yes.
Ooh, not amazing. There's a 15 and a dirty 20.
They both hit?
This is gonna be some damage.
Do you want some success?
You know what I love?
X's.
You know the module we
Sneak
were looking at
attack.
earlier? There's the one in there where it stacks on successes.
Oh.
I forget
The
what it
feat?
was. Yeah.
One of the feats, yeah. It's
One of the
just-
feats where like the more you get right, the more bonuses you get the next time you roll. I'm like, that's such a great
Let me
mechanic.
see if I can find any of
Just
it.
that confidence.
Just yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, I'm doing this, and then you're like, your next roll gets advantage, like a little bit of a boost.
Yeah.
I love that idea. I think I think all classes should be able to do that.
Do I need to separate necrotic at all?
No.
22 points of damage.
As
I
you
feel like as I vault the
flash
pit, I
down.
land with the knife in its side and then
Swing.
spin with the other knife to the
Oh
other side.
yeah.
Just looking so fucked up.
Flash down the sides, and you watch as this thick water just pours down, and that green seeps into the ground as it reforms. All right, it is the venom elemental's turn.
It's a venom element.
It is
Fine.
going to. It is going to turn.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, it's going to attack you, Esper, because you just heard it the most.
Yeah, fair. Oh, actually, sorry. 26 because of the two flanking. I always forget the flanking damage.
Yes.
So four additional damage for the both hits.
Nice.
Well done.
Yeah.
All right, that is the first one's only an 11 to hit.
That doesn't hit.
All right,
I'm almost certainly going to.
and then the second one is a 16 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
I'd like it to re-roll that.
Ooh.
That is a 14 to hit.
Doesn't hit! Let's go!
So what you see is it's this like fucking Mark is just like watching this happen from we're like a hot minute away. He's just been standing still and he's like oh and he just shouts no he just shouts
And you watch as it like bites down literally right in front of your face, and you can feel the toxic fumes, yeah, exactly, just emanating out. It's stinging your nostrils and your eyes as it clamps down and pulls back. Surprised that it didn't get you. Rosie, it's your turn.
Okay. How close can I get to the snake? Can I get 30 feet from it?
Oh yeah, you are already about 30 feet. If
Okay.
you move there, you're
Awesome.
about 30
Now Tim, I got some questions for you.
feet. Lay it on me.
This snake. Water?
Not quite, nope.
I think I know where you're going with this.
How many gallons of liquid would you say this thing is?
Okay, let's see how many 15-foot.
Like how many? I'm looking for like a 30.
It's like a hot tub amount.
That's not a metric.
I'm looking for like a 30-foot
Yeah,
cube.
like your standard hot tub. You can imagine how much
30-foot
water would
cube.
be. 30-foot cube, absolutely.
It's 112 gallons of water would be the equivalent of this snake.
As we're diving back into the science zone, I would just like to say, as this thing snaps in front of your head, you, Esper, just feel just like a shot of, as you just feel just more alert, like, it's like your brain just sharpens for a second, in a way that is almost invasive, and you'll get an extra d20 on your next,
I get advantage on my next thing.
the next thing that uses a d20.
Sweet.
So
Thank
let
you.
me know your thoughts on this. What I would like to do is, no, I would like to cast destroy water on it.
Cool.
So I can destroy up to 10 gallons in a 30-foot cube.
Okay. I'm gonna have it.
Does Destroy Water not have a thing where it says if you attack an elemental? I feel like it did, but I might be reading. I
Might
be
have
thinking of
eroded.
it. Or I might be thinking of a different system.
Yeah.
Nor.
No.
Nar?
Nar.
Adam loves it when we get nerd.
Unfortunately, it has to be in an open container within range.
Is this not an open container?
The jungle isn't a container?
Can I open it? Not. Unfortunately,
Are we not?
if it was just in the pool, like if it had been in the pool and you just tried to destroy it there before it erupted out, I would say yes. But now that it's out and moving, it is too hard to pinpoint exactly where to destroy.
Okay.
We don't think that when...
So do I cast it or
No,
no?
you would
Okay.
know that as you start to think about it,
Okay.
you know you can't zero in on enough of it.
That was a really good
That's a
idea.
cool idea.
Yeah.
Very cool idea.
Everyone liked that. Everyone liked that.
There's thumbs up
Except for
at
the
home.
snake.
You could. I will give you this as a compromise. You could try to upcast it if you're able to.
I am not able to.
Okay.
That's
Cleric logic right there. You're like, I could do something cool, but I cannot use those spell slots.
I don't have higher spell slots.
Right.
I can't. No. I have first and second. That would have been a second.
That's
I
a second,
cannot
right.
upcast
It's a
it.
first level spell. Create or destroy water is a first level.
Oh, it is. I could
upcast.
upcast
You could
it.
try to
Okay.
upcast it at
do
second
have a
level, which
second
gives you
spot?
more oomph. It gives you more oomph,
You're
so
going,
I would
right?
allow you to try.
Come on, destroy that snake.
Destroy
That snake.
Destroy that snake. Destroy that snake. But also jump the pit.
Jump the pit! Destroy the snake! Jump the snake! Destroy the pit!
Yeah, I'd say she'd pick up, because part of it is I have to have water to create water, or like sand to. Could I grab some of the dirt and toss it at it to cast this?
Yeah.
Okay, I will upcast it then. I was already casting it at second level
Okay,
in
great.
my head, so
Perfect. All right. So what I'll do is the elemental is going to get advantage.
yeah.
But you are able to try, and if it is successful, you will deduct a certain amount. It's essentially forced
Yeah. Mm,
Oh yeah.
onto this.
It's like I'm just taking this much out of your body and going, nope.
We'll say it's a con save.
Cool.
That's reasonable.
Seems to make
You like
sense
that?
to me.
What am I? Am I rolling something?
A condensation.
No, I'm rolling
What's
a
your
save.
What's your
Oh,
spell
okay.
DC? It's.
Thanks, Jeff.
What is your wisdom score?
I never miss a joke.
It's 13.
I rolled a 23 for my con save. So it would normally destroy, increases by 5 feet. So it would be a 35-foot cube. It's an additional 10 gallons.
20
So it would have
gallons.
been 20 gallons. So we'll say it goes down to 10 gallons, which we'll say is 2d10. So it's 2d10 force damage.
Holy.
Filthy.
Nice.
Yeah, big
Roll
baby,
a
big baby
10.
dice
Roll
roll.
2 10s.
Roll two.
I think chanting should be our new thing.
You know,
I don't know if our staff guy would like that very much.
that's 10 and a 1.
Okay.
11.
What? Two ends of the spectrum. We know that's
You
perfect.
watch
average.
as the dirt and like sand that's mixed from the bank, almost the mud, as you sling it onto the back of this thing, it scatters across, and you watch as it just explodes and completely dries out.
Nice.
Just the dirt
Yeah.
completely desiccates, and you just see dust.
That's very cool.
Very
Can
cool.
I do a cantrip also?
No.
No.
That was your action.
That was your action.
So confusing.
Oh,
So
right. And
confusing.
yeah, a
Love
huge
that.
chunk of its tail is
Yay! Oh, we love that.
broken off. It is now Mark's turn.
I'd love for it not to find you.
How much does it weigh now?
Not that much less.
Okay, not that much less.
It went from 700 maybe to 650. Or let's see, 10 gallons of water is how
Oh
many
my god, so much
You
mass.
know, when you
10
make
gallons
your DM do math,
of water. Well, it's hard because also this is all in like
Gallons.
This is
We're
all in
Canadian.
Imperial. 10 gallons of water. Weight
We love the science zone.
is 83 pounds. 83 and a half pounds. so-
620 pounds.
Yeah.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Hit me with a couple more of those.
I can't.
And I might be able to try something kind of dumb and fun. Instead, Mark?
I need to know if this is Mark energy or Sean energy.
This is Sean
Yeah,
energy.
I got
This is
you.
where they
I
meet.
got
This is
you.
where they kiss.
This is where they kiss.
In this space.
Mark is
In the
tuning
in
into
the drip.
something.
They're drift compatible.
Sick reference.
You missed one earlier when I said condensation check.
No, I never
Oh,
missed
okay.
that. It just pleased me.
I was on such a high, and then you brought me to such a low.
It's a roller coaster with me, baby. Mark is just gonna he looks down and there's just like a rock,
Yeah.
and he thinks to his head, move, and the rock is just gonna and shoot at the creature, and I'd like it to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
All right. That is a 17.
Fuck-a-doodle-doo. It sails wide, so it doesn't actually hit the thing.
It's like on a nat 20.
But
beams.
yeah, a rock just like not next to Mark, like 15 feet away, just it just like
So from here, just
just like shoots off and like almost hits it.
I think the forest is mad at us.
As Mark does that, and that's all he's gonna do, and he marvels at himself.
excellent. All right, it is Thistle's turn.
I'm gonna do some burr stuff.
Burr.
Burst.
Disappointed.
Yeah,
Disappointed bear.
I'm gonna multi-attack that
Yeah,
the snake, the bear and the snake.
Never want to disappoint a bear.
You do.
That is a natty 20 on
Yes!
the dice. And that is a 24 on the
Nice.
Well done.
claws.
Damage.
Let's go. Let's go.
The,
Your attack's count as magical.
Not yet.
Not yet.
He's not a Care Bear yet.
Sad.
oh, that is an 8 on the D. So that's. Do I double? Or do you want me to roll twice?
Usually we roll twice.
Okay. 8,
It's more fun that way.
7. So 15, 19 points for the bite.
Okay, nice.
And 9 points
Sprig in the air.
for the claws.
Sorry, how much for the claws?
9 for
Nine.
the claws.
Nice.
19 and 9, so 28 all.
Well done.
As you slash into this thing, huge gouts of this green water spill out as it's having a hard time keeping its form. All right, we're back to the top of the order. Shy, you're up.
Seeing all of my friends do very cool shit and really wanting to redeem myself, I am going to kind of whip my Eskrima stick around and I am just going to come down and hit it on top. And
And your attacks are magical because you're a
they are not yet.
Not yet.
No, that's at level 6.
Perfect.
I'm having a bad dice day. That's a 12.
Does not hit.
I should put this in my mouth, but Robin would be angry at me.
Pass it around the table or kiss it.
Everyone's gonna.
We'll all put it in
that
our
feels like you're all
mouths.
sharing germs on my dice.
Just kiss a different side.
Okay, fine.
There's
There's
so many
20
sides.
sides.
to
There's
kiss.
20.
I kissed
There's 20.
the 19. No one else kissed the 19.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Did you lick my dice?
We're not allowed to put them in the mouth, but no one's not
Yeah, was an
kidding.
Amazing. That's great. That one's better. That's gonna be a flirty 20.
Yes, that hits.
You're allowed to kiss the 19.
It'll only roll the opposite of the 19s from now on.
Which would be a 2.
And that's redeeming myself. That's gonna be 7 points
Oh!
of bludgeoning damage for that one.
Right.
Which number did you kiss? We got to know.
The 15, but I
It was a
kissed
A
my
COVID-safe
finger
kiss.
and then I put my
And
finger
then
in the dice.
I get one more.
Why did you let the DM touch it?
I
get-
told you kisses.
I'm shaking your kiss powers!
I get one more because of my focus points.
Yes.
That is going to be an 18 to hit
That
one.
hits.
And that's going to be another 7 points of.
How do you want
Yes!
I was
Let's
so
go.
scared I was gonna get bitten
Okay,
again.
so you watch as Shy just kind of like. It feels. Shy doesn't like feeling that she is not competent, that she is not capable, and something that she has been told her entire life, whether by explicit words or implicit actions, is that you are not capable, you are not competent enough. And you just watch as Shy like takes both Eskrima sticks off the back, and it's just like the first one misses, and she almost throws the stick to the side in frustration, and it's just 2 big giant clocks to this thing.
And then like it tries to grab it with its hand, and you just and you just break through it, and the whole form just shudders and spills out.
And she just kind of like just into it as she kind of throws the stick down.
As the thing shudders and like splooshes on the ground, disappears. Esper, you would see the bear right in front of you, lock eyes with you, and I'm gonna walk forward, and I'm going to, like, it's like one of those things where he walks forward at a pace where you're like, oh, he's kind of coming in hot, and then I just don't slow, and I'm gonna hit you with my head in your chest to knock you on your ass.
Okay.
Okay. This would be like a shove attack. So make an athletics check, contested.
I have advantage on this because I haven't rolled since I got spell cast. But I'm not very athletic, so I'm almost certainly.
It's pretty good.
Is that?
That's a 19.
It's so open, you know?
I know, but that's a 19.
It's a 19, right?
Yeah.
19 then.
Natural 20.
Oh boy.
Damn.
You get knocked on your ass.
Yeah, I go flying. And I just kind of, I go flying, hit the ground, and I just lay there. I'm just like so hurt.
I like rear up, and then as I'm reared up, I transform back into Thistle. And I will look down at him and I will say,
You told me that you were concerned for the other's safety, and then you pull shit like that. You do not get to risk yourself, and then worry about others' competence.
and I will turn and walk away.
Thistle, I can't just stand back.
I'm gonna go and inspect the pool.
All right.
I'd like to join him at the pool.
I lie in the dirt
I would.
and feel bad about myself because I took nearly my full health in the damage.
I would love to go to the pool and cast it's the thing. I would love to cast detect poison and disease.
Yes.
I can sense the presence, location, and locations of poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of you. You can also identify the kind of poison, poisonous creature, or disease in each case.
Yeah. You absolutely detect poison. It seems to have concentrated here. It seems potent. Potent enough to, when coalesced together, formed an elemental, which is unusual to you. You're familiar with poisonous plants and poisonous materials that you could come across, but to be so potent that it would form a being, a creature, is strange and concerning to you.
Do I have any idea of...
It seems... There does seem to be a magical element to it.
Mm-hmm.
And perhaps not native to this plane.
Oh,
You're not sure. That's beyond that. It's unlike anything you've ever seen.
okay.
I would like to cast Detect Magic.
There is residual magic. There is no
There's no source.
active, no.
Okay.
There is no source at the moment. You don't sense any kind of active magical beacon or anything like that. But you do sense the sort of quickly dissipating magic that was this elemental.
As the rest of them are inspecting the pit, I would take a hand over to Esper. I'll pull him up.
Esper, you feel something kind of poking your back.
I look at it.
As you look back, you see there is what looks like a little box, a little wooden box. It's probably about yay big. Looks to be clasped.
What was the description of the thing we were looking for?
Barrel. Small barrel.
Tim, I will say that if that was within 30 feet of me and magical, I would have detected.
Oh yes, yeah. Then it does sort of ping.
I pick up the box.
Yeah. And it doesn't. The box itself doesn't ping, but whatever's inside the box does seem to be magical.
Is the box locked?
It does not appear to be locked. There is a little latch, but it does not appear to be locked. You can see there is it's very finely carved, little wooden box, and the latch itself almost looks like a little dragon head.
No magic.
Hey, Shy. And I open it and I look at whatever's inside it and I go, I got you a really nice box.
You look inside, and it looks to be, it almost looks like loose leaf tea.
I close it. It's got tea in it. I just hand it to Shy.
Yeah, Thistle, you notice that the Shy is holding something magical.
You want to take a look at it?
Yes, that it appears to be.
It appears to be excellent dice crafted by familiar dice.
It smells very sweet. And there is also an aroma of, and you're familiar with this, the smell of a lightning storm. That kind of ionized smell.
It appears to be a tea, but I am also getting a very strong magical sense from it.
Like something happens when you drink it.
That would be my assumption, yes. And it has a note of sort of like an ozone from after a lightning strike. I would wager a guess that it has something to do with imparting some sort of lightning ability or the ability to smell like lightning, most likely.
Well, smelling nice is better than smelling like shit, so... I mean, if everyone's okay, I'm happy to hold on to it in my kit.
Yes.
For now, we can take a look at it later, or
Absolutely.
tuck it in my bag.
All right.
Everyone good?
I do give it a whiff, like...
Yeah.
Marcus,
you-
sorry.
Okay.
No.
You all done sniffing?
Yeah, we're done sniffing tea.
Marcus is just gonna go over to the pool. He just wants to try something. He can clean or soil up to 1 cubic foot of matter. He tries to clean the poison. Like,
Cute.
does that, like, he's trying to, like, return the water to, like, clarity?
How far does prestidigitation, is it 30 feet or do you have to be touching it?
10 feet?
10 feet? Yeah, it's about 10 feet deep. So yeah, you're able to clean the water, but it quickly muddies again.
Yeah.
As this pool, while there is rock on the sides, the bottom seems to be quite filled with silt and mud. And so as you clean it, it muddies again, but there does not seem to be any remnants of... You do clean off some of the poison that you see sort of on the edges.
Everyone good?
Yeah, I'm okay. You all right? You need a minute?
Oh no, Rosie got me. It was, and I got fucking lucky on that last crack.
Well done, everyone.
Yeah, that was well done.
Well done.
Also, should we be concerned? Because a rock flew past my head and I think the forest might be mad at us.
I don't know.
And that's where we're going to take our break.
Thank you all so much for sticking around with us in the first half. If you have not had a chance to check out the Kickstarter from our dear friends at Gelatinous Cubicles, please type !sponsor in the chat. Please go back, these wonderful folks. Check out the preview yourself. All of the fantastic things that we've been talking about tonight are in that preview. There's also a sweet little trailer that you're going to see for their stuff at the break. It's really cool. The art also in this book is beautiful.
If the project doesn't get backed, I'm leaving the group.
Okay, well, you heard it here, folks.
Go, back
please
it
go
now.
back this project. We've got a couple days
Tell your
left.
friends.
We
Also,
are
my word means nothing.
our break lasts around it'll be about 10 minutes long, so grab yourself a beverage, grab yourself a snack, and we will see you for the second half. See you soon, folks. Bye.
When a statement must be made, it must be made loudly.
Sometimes it's the only way to face the darkness is to embrace the darkness.
Welcome back. Heroes! Yay!
That's us!
I am not a barbarian!
Settle down, settle down.
You do you, babe.
Kill a few people here and there in the name of don't kill me.
There's a little something else in there.
We've been through some stuff together. This is how we create
Peer
bonds.
pressure.
It's been the best part of my life.
I'm not going to the temple.
You start to vomit all over Oloren.
No! He had a fling with a tiefling.
Maybe I should wear like a sneaky detective outfit. Are you sure I can't tempt you? With this!
That's not delightful, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fight and you guys are turning it into a sex thing, and that damage was trash.
And what is your 7th favorite trait?
Oh my god.
Friends solve puzzle together. Friends, our team. I'm good at killing things, and you guys are passable.
Hello! Oh, lovely wedding.
He is now engulfed in flames.
I think I got in a couple good hits.
Sentinels. Unconscious again! Hello, Zap.
Whoa! Drop a 0.
Estravel!
She is the devil.
Okay, so she's looking for a vessel, and that's...
Do not let that happen.
Focus fire!
You are so hungry. The familiar and unfamiliar faces of everyone you've ever killed. There is no justice here, only sickness. And I am the cure.
No.
Her eyes go black.
Oh, no. No, I'm down.
Saving them is... That's it. That's all. That's all. That's everything.
Not ideal to have to kill your friends.
She repeats back words that you said to her once. When a statement must be made, it must be made loudly.
I've found people and starting to feel like a real person again.
Because I have friends. I have friends now.
Welcome, adventurers, to my fireside. Allow me to share the fruits of my travels for I have experienced things beyond your imaginations. I have learned under mages who focus upon fantastic new areas of study, from the astral to the divine. I have laid hands on artifacts that defy reality, and met those with an immense talent to create them. I have held weapons that would mystify your craftsmen, and watched the warriors who wield them with incredible prowess. And I have witnessed the darkest sides of humanity, those who trample the world beyond your borders. But let's not get too carried away. Come, warm yourself, and hear a tale from the Firelit Gathering.
When the world is in trouble and you don't know what to do, gotta call Blackwater and they'll kick some ass for you. So pull up a chair because you're welcome at the table. Come watch us save the multiverse. So turn up the TV and come watch some D&D. Blackwater, we'll roll some dice for you.
Gristle and all?
Oh, come on.
Yeah!
That was on.
So you, we pick back up. I can't stop looking. Just as you have healed some of the poison in the pool, and you were talking about something that you saw about the forest
being mad
at you.
I didn't see it. I mean, granted, I wasn't doing much of anything there until the end, but you said a rock flew past you.
Rock from like there flew past. I don't know. It flew past the
Creature.
arm snake,
Yeah.
and then popped off like over that in that direction. So I feel like that's a pretty good sign that the forest is maybe it was mad at the snake and was trying to kill the snake. That would make more sense actually, because we haven't really done that much to the forest.
Well, and it makes sense too, potentially, if, you know, what we saw, what Sprig saw with that knoll.
Yes. Rosie, thanks for that was rough, that one. So thank you for having my back.
Yeah.
Are we thinking of camping at this destroyed camp?
I don't love the idea of that, just given
How are we doing
gesture
for
at
time?
everything being ripped.
It is getting close to evening. You've probably got about a couple of hours before it starts to get dark.
If I look at the map, do I get the I get the impression that if we were to push on a little bit longer while we have a bit more time, that the next day would be reachable in a day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we push on a little further, and that puts us within 1 day of the altar.
Yeah, mate, absolutely. That sounds really good.
And I think also maybe not having us right near the water's edge. Let's bury ourselves in the forest a little bit. Granted, these the gnolls probably know this forest like the back of their hand.
Yes, but the forest seems to be a dangerous place for the gnolls.
Well, and if it's on our side, I'll take that. I'll take anything.
Before we leave, I'd just love to sort of just like kick around the campsite just to see if there's sort of just kind of anything of interest, especially if, you know, anything left by anybody or...
Make an investigation.
I'll give the help action.
Oh, wow. This is really putting lipstick on a pig. Oh, okay. It's a 17.
17. You look around, and other than a little bit of fabric from clothes and a few broken weapons, it looks like everything has been picked clean, and there is no signs of any bodies.
I think they were eaten.
Is there... Do I get any vibe from the fashion sense of these clothes? As someone who takes an interest in the clothes that people
That's
wear.
amazing.
The most notable that you see is a few chunks of what look like leather armor.
And that's different than what we heard from the folks who made it back alive?
That's fairly in line. You would have expected someone or a few of them to be wearing leather armor.
Okay, so this is kind of... This checks in terms of like explorer's vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, alright, cool.
Ooh, interesting. Do we notice any other canoes that match the one we brought up here?
There are no other canoes.
Should we stash this one?
I don't know if we plan on coming back this way.
That's true.
Well, we have to go back. If we find the package, we have to take it back to the town.
Yes.
We don't have to take the river if we don't want.
Like, let's just leave it in the fucking pit. Because it's like poisonous, but that's not poisonous to wood, is it?
If we would put the canoe down there, we would cover it with a
brush?
a lattice of it's just to make it so that it's not immediately that there's
Create a pit trap for someone.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
Absolutely.
some poor traveler. Oh my god! Why is there a boat down here?
They fall down there with our canoe.
My leg!
The BBEG.
I will find
Get out of here!
So yeah, we do that.
127 hours.
All right, so you cover it up, and you continue on into the forest. I will have one of you make a survival check. Whoever is leading the
help action,
leading the party through the forest.
I'd be keeping an eye on our tail. Make sure
I'll be at the
nothing's
front. I'll be at the front.
We love a bit of help, don't we?
Oh, that's an advantage.
Yeah. Take the helm. That's much better.
It was a natural one.
It was a 1.
And then I forgot about it. 27.
Woohoo!
You find a clear path. The forest reveals itself to you as you move through. You find a clear, easy path about 2 hours past where you left the camp before it gets too dark to travel onwards. And it leads into a nice little grove just tucked off the path, almost entirely encircled by trees.
Wait. Rosie, does this look all right to you?
Would it?
You can make a survival check.
Okie. I'm gonna guidance myself.
I am so proud of us all with our paper, truly.
Oh my god. 18.
18. This seems like an ideal place to camp. It's mostly entirely covered. There's just a small, narrow gap where the folks would be able to come in from the outside. And there is a clear open spot if you wanted to have a campfire. Smoke would be able to travel out, no problem. So this is a great spot.
Oh, perfect. I don't want to get caught like last time. My confidence was misplaced.
I'm sorry, you don't want to get... No, I was about to make a joke, but that might have been offensive. I was going to say, you don't want to get caught with your plants down, but...
Oh.
That's funny. That's good.
Play on the word pants.
Yes.
Oh, fuck. Yes. Absolutely incredible, mate.
Thank you.
Stellar.
Thank you.
Banging on.
It's amazing that you are both so clever and also so good at punching.
Well...
Usually I find it's one or the other with you folk.
Well, I mean...
Clever.
Not good at punching.
Not good at punching, yeah, absolutely.
I don't know so much about clever, more like just having to be quick, maybe with my mind and my
Witty.
fists. Oh, thanks.
No worries. I'm going to set up a little bell. It looks like the only point that someone could slip through. I'm going to put a bell up once we're ready.
Yes.
And then I think I'm going to sleep.
I think you should.
I don't feel great.
Maybe no watch for you tonight.
Sure, yeah. As long as everyone's okay with that.
Absolutely. I'll take first watch.
All right. Who else would like to take first watch?
I set up my little bell trap.
All right. Make perception checks for me.
Diggity vantage. Hell yeah. I fucking love having bad eyes, dude. That's a 13.
13.
Did we put 2 bad eyes together?
No,
Oh.
not half elf.
You got elf eyes. I'm the only bad eyes in the party, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perception?
Persiggity? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's crazy because like bats can't see at night. You said you had bad eyes.
Oh.
Oh my god. Okay.
Just trying to get on this.
Ah!
A little bit.
26.
26.
Okay.
Mark, you can't really see anything beyond the trees, and
got my flavored decal.
I'm so sorry. You can't see the forest for the trees. I can't help myself. I'm sorry.
You're peeking out a bit, but Rosie, you settle into a nice kind of meditative state, and your eyes adjust to the dim light, and you see in most of your watch goes fairly quietly. However, nearing the end, you hear crashing through the forest a little ways away, probably about, you guess probably 60, maybe 90 feet. You hear crashing through the forest, something running very fast. And you hear kind of like a laugh almost as it runs past.
Do I recognize this at all? From
Make a nature check.
Nature check. Oh, baby. Can I guidance myself?
Mm-hmm.
You can think really hard and believe in yourself at the same time.
No idea. It's fucking scary as shit.
Yeah, it is not
That's
anything.
terrifying.
It is like this sort of like laugh as it's like crashing through, and you can hear branches breaking and snapping. It's loud. It almost wakes the rest of the party.
Is this like Noel laughing? Because we heard.
It sounds similar.
Would Mark hear it too?
You hear it too.
It's gonna almost wake people up.
Yeah, you hear it too. Absolutely.
I think I'd grab Mark's hand. I'd be scared.
Yeah,
Just
and
like
you hear it kind of, and it gets quieter and quieter, and you hear the creaking and cracking of the forest.
I guess it's gone.
Does it seem gone?
You don't hear it anymore.
Okay, like, Esper needs to sleep because he's so hurt.
Yeah.
Like, maybe we'll wake up Shy just like a little bit.
But Shy's gonna wake up Esper.
No, Shy won't wake up Esper.
We can wake up Thistle.
Thistle needs to sleep because he had a big day of being a bear.
Uh-huh.
He had a big bear day.
Did he have a big bear?
Yeah, I think he needs to hibernate. Yeah, so make him just shy. Just shy, just for a little, just to be sure.
Just
Because safety first.
safety
Let's not be shy about safety. Sorry.
What happened to your mouth?
Bug a bit. Just shy, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Shy.
You see with like Shy's ear would just kind of like twitch a little bit. And just...
Shy. Shy.
Yeah, what?
Don't wake up Esper. He needs to sleep.
I
Don't wake
wasn't
up
gonna
Esper.
wake
Don't. You're waking up Esper. Shush. Shy. Shush. Shy.
What?
Like a big spooky.
I would sit up and come closer.
Don't sit up too fast. You wake up Esper.
Shy's not spooning him. Like we're not.
Look, the thing ran past and it almost woke up Esper. So just like we're all just trying to really show care. So like a big, a big spooky ran past and we just want to like just get like an extra pair of hands on deck in case it's like around.
Okay. Do you want me to stay up with you for a little bit? I mean, have I had a full rest at this point?
Not quite.
Okay.
Close.
Okay.
Maybe just like a little bit.
Yeah, I'm happy to stay up with
for a
you.
hot minute.
Yeah.
Just so we're ready to go.
Would it make you feel better? I like pick up one of my screaming sticks and I pass it towards Mark. Would it make you feel better to hold
I couldn't possibly.
I mean.
Wait, where's that bird? Where's that bird? Hey, bird. Shush, wake up, Esper. No. It's okay. You go to sleep. I just want to talk to the bird. It's fine. Bird. Could you
His name is Sprig.
Yeah. Could you give a little fly around?
Make an animal handling check.
Guidance. Guidance.
Oh, that's very generous of you. That's a 23.
Oh, sheesh.
And I pull a piece, I like reach over to my pack, I rip off a piece of some form of jerky and I say, you're gonna want to give him this when he comes back.
Oh no, I'm full.
Mark, not for you, it's for the bird.
Oh, right.
But you need to give it to him.
Okay.
To strengthen your relationship.
Right.
Monster. Absolute monster.
Sprig comes back a little while later, probably about 15, 20 minutes later, and then lands. And you watch as kind of hops over and grabs a few branches, like little twigs and stuff. He lays them out, and he starts breaking them.
Are you saying someone was like running and breaking stuff?
And he starts sort of scratching at one end of them.
Is there a...
Just trying to get in somewhere.
And he kind of hops back. He starts packing along the whole thing. Sort of scratching.
Are we in immediate danger, bird?
He just goes over and starts eating the jerky.
Yeah, that's for you.
It's flavored like oats still.
Yeah, I can make that a different flavor if you flavor the pot.
Make another animal.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, baby boy. Okay.
Okay.
That's not.
Nice.
Yeah, that's still not great. 14.
Yes. And he flies out, comes back down with like a little pine cone, and he's like holding it in his beak. He's like hopping it along.
Poor boy's trying so hard.
He's doing
And he's
so
hopping it along, and he sort of flicks it, and then he comes back and starts tapping at the twigs.
Oh, I think, would it be like he's chasing something? That thing's chasing something?
Yes, absolutely.
Is it chasing us?
It must be chasing something else. It wouldn't have, if it had seen us, it would have come this way. But if we heard, if what you're saying, you heard it run off, there's probably something it's chasing, maybe meat or like a deer or something. Or
He starts pecking at your hand with the jerky.
It's chasing after jerky.
I reach into my bag and I pull
It's
out.
fine, mate. Look, it tastes like peanut butter.
I like
the texture of it.
Yeah.
It's just me.
He doesn't know the difference.
I
He's
grab
associated the flavor.
I grab as Mark is doing this, having this wonderful little interaction, I like reach my hand into my bag and I just put a couple pieces of jerky over near Thistle.
Yeah, and just
Decision time. Do we pursue
No.
the pine cone? No, okay. That was a quick decision.
I mean, there's nothing we can gain from it. The less that they know we're here, they already know we're here. They're already looking for us.
Love it. Absolutely. Great. All right.
Is there anything else?
No, you go back to sleep.
Are you sure?
You go back to sleep.
Are you guys? You guys will be fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine. We
okay.
got the bird.
Did you want to leave my scream stick?
He's walked over and has flopped over in like a spooning position with Thistle.
Cute.
Big spoon though?
No, little spoon.
Oh, okay.
Just his little.
He has big spoon energy, though.
I just like the image of a bird with its wings wrapped around the back of Thistle.
Cute.
Just his head scratching lightly.
Yeah, we got this.
Did you want my sticks or anything?
Oh, no.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys, let me know if you need anything else. Happy to help.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I go tuck in and
Good night. The bird woke me up. It was very loud.
go back to sleep.
Yeah, I was listening. It sounded like it was Tanger. I was listening.
Bleeding. Cool.
Let me just. Anything else?
The rest of your watch.
Hey.
Yeah.
What?
Do you say something?
No. Yes. Hey. You stop people from bleeding
Yeah.
from like a cool distance. You're like, hey, sun, and then the shine on them. When did that start?
Well, a couple of years ago, I guess.
Yeah. Is that like did you do like books for that?
Is being a cleric books?
Do I book?
Do I
Do a book? That is up to you. I don't know that there would have been a lot of books. There would have been some prayers and prayer books and things like that you would have learned from, but a lot of it was practical.
Oh, okay. My dad did a lot of it, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I went with him. 'Cause he's a rising priest of my town.
Up and comer, nice.
Kind of like the sun, high. So.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Absolutely.
So I went with him once when I was like 16. I went with him, where all the rising priests kind of like meet, and I met my mentor there, who took me to my temple that I was at before here.
And that's
There's prayer.
you do. Oh, okay. You pray.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
It's familiar.
And so, is it you or is it Fuller?
Familiar.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds great.
It's me through them through me, I guess. They have.
What does that feel like?
Kind of like a warm, a sunny day, I guess. Like when you're laying in the sun.
All over? Or...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. You're very good at it.
Thank you.
You're radiant.
Thank you. What are you books?
Oh, I love books.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Dylan
books.
Cook, we did so
Magic
many books.
books?
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
Yeah.
Fucking page after page, mate. Fucking. Oh.
Is that how you learn to do
Memorize
your,
those books. Yeah, absolutely. You read the book, they show you a thing or two, and coffee.
Yeah, it's good.
Easy. Yeah, it's fucking
good.
great.
It's good. Yeah.
I can't even tell the difference from original coffee.
Original coffee, magic coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Yeah, you doing okay?
Yeah, no, it's like an adventure, you know. It's gnolls and like a sacrificial altar. That's really cool. My dad, before, well, he was I was gonna say he's like me, but I'm quite actively trying to be like him, because his dad started the business, but before he joined it, he wanted to become a little more worldly, so he went out and took the training from Dulkirk and went off and did adventuring, and he'd always tell me stories of, oh, fucking, you gotta watch out for the owl bears. There was a time with him and his mates, they took down the owl bear and then they befriended the druids, and it's just absolutely classic fucking adventures. And it's really good to be on one,
Yeah, that's what you want?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, I know you got, like, waylaid from your, like, religious adventure.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I think the way I've always understood it is that often the best adventures are the ones that you don't plan for. Like, I think I am sorry that you missed your boat in time.
Yeah.
But maybe we're the boat that you're supposed to be on. I don't know.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it.
I think collectively we're a pretty fucking great Taj.
Not a poor Taj. A good Taj.
We're fucking great Taj.
A good Taj, yeah.
Alright.
It's fucking dark.
As your watch comes to an end, and you wake up the next two for the rest of their watch.
My image of that conversation is Rosie, Mark. Like Mark just talking into the darkness because he cannot see a thing. Just fully looking the wrong way. Having a really heartfelt conversation, but just looking up in the middle distance.
Who is taking second watch? Alright, Thistle and Shy, you get woken up.
Thistle, don't wake up Esper. Don't wake up Esper.
Okay.
Don't wake up Esper.
Don't wake up Esper.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
I'd offer him a cup of tea.
I wake up.
Is it just water?
Yeah, but he's really tried to make it recreate
What a sweet
your version.
That's very, very good, Mark.
Working on it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright. I'll have you
Even
both
sleeps
make,
in his books.
perception
Loves
checks.
his books.
16.
16.
Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
That sounds like
Ugh.
a good roll.
15.
15. The watch passes relatively quietly. You hear some cricks and cracks and creaks of the forest, but other than that, it's fairly quiet.
What a day.
You doing okay?
Oh yes, I'm quite thoroughly enjoying myself. It's been quite the adventure. I'm very excited to see this altar.
Yeah. I've never come across. I mean, between Thissera and the main part of Katona, there's some scary shit out there, but I avoided most of it by going by boat when I made my way to the mainland the first time. And then everywhere else it's just been boat, so I'd have never done a big trek like this before, either. You got a bit snippy with Esper before. Everything okay?
Yes, no, everything is fine. It's interesting I don't know if it's all of your age or just the way you walking folk are, but your concept of a group is interesting.
Say more on that. Tell me more about that.
You see, a forest, there is no front or back. There is no leader, there's no order. We just are.
No end, no beginning, really. It's just there.
There are always trees that are older, and there are always trees that are younger. You are neither the oldest, the youngest, the most experienced, the tallest, the shortest. But you folk, you are so keen to be competent, incompetent, in charge, following, leading. Everyone has a title or a position or a role. Yet you all decide that you play whatever role you see fit. And so you end up with this discordance. You're concerned for each other's well-beings while constantly risking your own lives. It is amazing. It's exhilarating to be able to take control of your own fate in that way. But also incredibly frustrating.
Yeah.
I guess I find myself in the middle of a group constantly trying to move in different directions, trying to keep everyone safe. I am not upset with Esper, but he thinks because he has died many times that no one will care if he dies again.
You're right about that. And he's wrong about that.
He is. You understand.
Like me.
Yes. You are bound by a sense of duty. You are not as easy to just flit around as the others. You have chains.
That's one way to put it. I think it's interesting you talk about age. I think all of us are at a point in our lives where, regardless of our circumstances, we've come out and are on the other side of a point in our lives where, in some way, shape, or fashion, though try as we might and as much as we wanted to, we didn't get to make much decisions about what the world was like around us or how we interacted with it. And now you're coming across a bunch of people who, even if they don't want titles, even if they don't want names, even if they do want titles or do want names, are desperately trying to figure out their place in the world. And I think what you're picking up about different with me is that I've already figured out what that place is. Or at least I've been given a place and I've settled into it. Because for a long time I tried too hard to fight against it and I lost too much. And I learned that sometimes you have to fall in line, follow the rules to get by. And even though I would wish for nothing more than to let it all go and run as fast as I can and as far as I can away from all of it, I am still tethered to it. So you're meeting a bunch of people who are rattling tethers that they don't know exist yet. The difference with me is that I know they're there. And I will break those chains at some point, but just not yet. Because you're right. I gotta get Audrey back. I gotta get him to the Vatoma. And then, who the fuck knows, I may have to run. With what's waiting for me back in Oloren. I envy you a little bit. Seeing that, but not being in it necessarily.
I can see how my position would seem enviable. But the only reason I am free is because I have nothing left to tie me down. It's funny because the only one in this group, myself included, who knows who they are, is Mark. You jest at him calling himself a hero and his pursuit of it. But he believes it. And that...
Ain't nothing stronger than conviction.
He is faking it, and he is also making it.
And what a dream that is, hey?
That is why I am so eager to follow him.
Watch I spent with him the other night. I think I realized I read him a bit wrong off the top, and there's more to him than I gave. I've been kicked around by people like him my whole life, but he is not them. And I hope to make right with that. And, yeah, it's a funny thing being out in the world. There's part of me that wishes that I had never left Keshuera. Because even though the pain of staying was so bad, it was something I knew. The unknown is exciting, but it's also terrifying. And I'm sorry that you don't feel like you have anything left. But I hope this is something.
Yes, I have come to care for you all quite dearly. Though, to be fair, you are literally, Mark excluded, the first 3 people I have met since losing everything, so that's, I guess I kind of just stumbled upon you, but...
Well, I'm gracious you did. Because, yeah, I think if I had not needed to make quick friends with Esper and then literally bumped into you and Rosie, I would be in much different straits right now. So I'm happy to be here, even if we're in the middle of this godforsaken jungle and I'm getting eaten alive by bugs.
And with that, the light begins to pour through the canopy again of that overcast sky. You feel the trees kind of shift and move as daylight comes.
Y'all, before we go out, Thistle reckoned yesterday that this tea might do something if you drink it, and I'm curious about it.
Okay.
There's about 2
servings.
2 allotments, yeah.
Okay.
As Esper awakens, whoever was close by would hear a very low, like, whispering, and his movements would become a lot more silent. I'm going to take my Whispers of the Grave. I'm going to take Stealth as my proficiency for the day.
Cool. Nice. I am going to put a pot of water on a very small fire to start boiling.
Yeah, I got that small fire.
Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it.
Oh, and let me... Water's already warm. Halfway there.
Thank you.
Great.
Precipitation really speeds up the tea process.
You can also clean the water, yeah?
Absolutely. Clean water. Okay. Fuck.
What?
Technically, tea is an impurity.
I haven't put the leaves in yet.
Oh, thank Christ.
Boils water.
Purifies it. I'm gonna wait till the water's been
It would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
boiling a little while, and then I'm going to let the tea leaves steep for, it says, a minute.
Do you want to read it out?
Yeah, I do.
For the
So
folks at
this-
home, because this item is from...
This is from Tales from the Firelit Gathering from our dear friends at Gelatinous Cubicles. So this is called Dragon Leaf Tea. It is a wondrous item, uncommon. This exceptionally strong tea is the choice drink of dragons and dragon slayers alike, as it contains the essence of the great creature's power. It comes as dried leaves and must be steeped in boiling water for 1 minute before it can be consumed. Each allotment of leaves can produce a single cup of brewed tea. As an action, you drink the brew to embolden your body with elemental energy. Your melee weapon attacks deal an extra 1d4 damage, and you gain resistance to the same damage type, both determined by the flavor shown on the Dragonleaf Tea table below. The effects of consuming Dragonleaf Tea last for 10 minutes, and brewed Dragonleaf Tea loses its magical potency after 24 hours. So this tea is the sweet, as Tim said, and smells like lightning, and so it is the blue Dragonleaf Tea. So Shai is going to brew the tea.
Put it in a little thermos, or?
Yes, I'm going to put it in my canteen.
Nice.
For the day, and as an action, I can drink it.
Amazing.
Yes.
You get the effects. Perfect.
Thank you for the wonderful folks at Gelatinous Cubicles
And that
for the
is just
sponsorship.
a taste of the awesomeness that is...
Kick that back.
Yeah.
Technically, I don't know what it does yet.
True.
Technically, this is M reading, not Shai. Shai has no idea, but if you would like the other one, M is willing to give it to you.
All right. So you begin your journey in the direction of the altar.
It won't work on your punches. Just as just an FYI. Yeah, cool. You're a screamer stick.
Stick.
Yeah.
Stick.
That was
Alright.
the big thing about Torrent.
Yeah. Who's leading the...
I will.
Leading the trek towards the altar.
In the fucking caboose.
If it's Thistle, I'll give the help action for survival.
So, Rosie?
Rosie, do you want to?
Do you want to take the lead, Rosie?
No.
So it was a what survival?
Survival, yes.
The thing you're very good at.
25.
25. So you make your way through, and after about 4 hours, the forest starts to get a lot denser. As you start to pick your way through, it's more difficult, so travel pace slows down a little bit. But you can see up ahead there looks to be the beginning of a clearing. It is hard to see through all of the brush as you begin to move through.
I think this is. We should all slow
Quiet
down.
time, quiet time. Quiet time.
Shy, do you want you and I
Yeah, we'll take
take a peek?
maybe, yeah, not too far though away. I don't want to get caught off guard.
Yeah. So
Well,
we'll step away.
I'll have everyone roll a stealth check. This will count towards your moving forward.
Thank you.
This is how quietly you guys can hide. Rosie, stealth check.
Please.
16.
That is going to be a 21 for me.
17.
20.
20.
It's not bad, I'll tell you that much. 6.
6. Okay.
As a cleric, I feel that deep.
So, yeah, with your armor, it is quite loud. But you manage to stay back. You two kind of slip off, but you can hear the noise they're making as you quietly slip forward.
I will bonus action create an eerie token because I have to create a new one, and I'm going to leave it with Mark. I can talk to you through that.
Cool.
So I can let you know if things break bad.
Absolutely.
We'll be nearby, but just in case.
Good.
So you.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that had fucking spicy vibes to it.
Where it opens up.
Good.
It's probably about 60 feet ahead of you. As you make your way through, who's in the lead?
I think we would be side by side.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll have you both make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh, buddies. Okay.
It hovered on the nat 20, and I was like, I'm a nat 20, I'm a nat 20, fuck you, I'm a 2.
15.
It's a 5.
Okay.
Dude, it fucking...
As you're both getting close to the edge of where the trees break and you can see it opens up beyond, you feel something snap and the ground underneath you pulls you up as you feel a net wrap you both up and pull you up into the air. As you snap through some of the tree branches, you land probably 20 feet up off the ground, kind of hanging in this massive hempen net. You look around and you notice several things at the same time. You can see in the branches around you, there look to be 4 gnolls impaled by branches in horribly disfigured amongst the canopy. And you see beyond the trees into the clearing, you can see a stone altar. It probably stands about 20 feet high, stairway up. And you can see in a large circle all the way around it that's probably a 60-foot diameter. The ground is barren, save for thick roots and vines that almost look like they're pushing towards the altar, but there is no vegetation on the altar itself. And you can see there are 4 gnolls on the altar and bones everywhere. You can see they're fighting over the bones that are there. And one of them looks quite a bit bigger than the others. And you can see underneath them, I'll have you both make perception checks.
Vomit.
Gnoll daddy.
I am, my back is to the clearing, and I'm like in a ball, I got a 7.
23.
23.
The bag is rotating and you're on the wrong side.
No, I would like to think Esper's already trying to cut it up.
As the gnolls are fighting over these bones, you can make out a pattern on the top of this altar. What looks almost like an hourglass. But there is a crack that weaves its way down the center of this altar, giving the appearance that this hourglass is broken.
Esper, get us down. Get us down. Get us down.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. And so I would grab a knife out of Esper's bandolier and I would start trying to cut us down.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna also be cutting through the rope.
You see as one of the gnolls kind of pricks up and pulls out a bow.
Mark.
Oh,
Mark.
Yeah, what's up?
Come.
Okay.
And that's where we're gonna end it tonight.
Fuck. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's
That was
okay.
100% me triggering that.
Damn.
Oh.
Knolls.
I feel like the animation of that scene was we're walking forward and like we hear the crack, and the reason why you got caught in the net too was you like went and looked back as I went, oh fuck.
So we will be back next Monday. We are now back fully into our main campaign thoroughfare going forward. Our interlude arc is completed, which was thank you so much for coming out for those. Those are all on YouTube. And it is we are coming up on our 3-year stream anniversary.
Oh my goodness.
So we might have something special in the works for that. Actually, we do have something special in the works for that. I can't tell you about it yet.
Can you tell me later?
Yes. You should have read the group chat and already know about this.
In the Slack.
In the Slack. It's actually not in the Slack. We're really excited that you folks are joining us on this journey. Thank you so much for being here week after week, telling your dads and telling your friends and wearing your jorts and all that kind of good stuff. Thank you to the wonderful folks at Gelatinous Cubicles for the sponsorship. Please go sponsor and back their fantastic Kickstarter.
I want to stay.
And yes, wants to stay with the party. Tales from the Firelit Gathering. You can type !sponsor in the chat, and that will take you directly to their Kickstarter link. Please go back. It's fantastic because I want this project to be funded because I want the book. I want that. So yes, we are going to go raid. So please stick around in the outro screen for that. We're going to raid someone super fantastic. But you got one?
I got one. Yeah.
Okay. Are we putting our thumbs up?
if you get attacked in the jungle and you feel like it might be a TPK, just make your DM do a bunch of science math and be safe!
Good night, everyone. Stick around for the raid. Good night. Bye.
Distract your DM with the science.
Exactly.